The national anthem. Thank you. And let's sing it. Oh, you can start. Have your seats on Government Town Hall today. Sandy is sitting in Limba County. And as we said, this is the second leg. The first started in Monrovia. Actually, we had in attendance. Are we listening? I told you all the media people. Let's keep quiet. We had in attendance as our speakers at Monrovia, Ellen Johnson Sally Ministerial Complex, Augustine Pehe Gafuan, our Minister of Finance and Development Planning. He was joined by the LRA man, opening remark by Sarah Bessel Yanti. That was done. Today, we come to Saliquili with the Government Town Hall, a strategically important initiative of the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. We're glad to be here, joined by several lawmakers of our country. I hope I remember. One way, Nyam Flomo Masie, then we have our government minister, Sister Piwe, our brother here, Depuzo, if I don't call you down them, Alexander Luther is one of our speakers today. All of them led today by vice-gerent of the presidency of this country. And so we are having joy. Anybody wants to pray for us, quickly please. There are mics in the field. Anybody pray for us? Wait, go to the mic. Go in there and pray. Wait. What have we start? Go, you got mic?
Praise the Lord.
Yeah, now.
Can we stand?
Put the truth.
Just remember Ecclesiastes chapter 1, chapter 3, 1. That says there's a time for every activity on heaven and every time for every season. Let us pray. Father, we thank you, Jesus, for this time that you have afforded us to be alive on this 18th day of September 2025. Heavenly Father, that we can have the town hall meeting here in Sonicole at the City Hall. Thank you, Jesus, for the government nationally. We thank you, Lord, for everything by, and thank you for all our hearings that are assembled here today for this very important gathering. Heavenly Father, help us to hear from one another, to understand one another, to work together in unity, so that, Lord, this nation that you are giving us can be developed by your grace and grace. And Lord, you are just wonderful. Thank you, Lord. Take seats and speak through us to your people. Yes, and every speaker will always think, Lord, about your country, this country. Thank you, Lord. Take your glory on now and have your way. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. For Muslims, Amina. God is one. Thank you. So in this country, assembly today at Sanikwili, we have a representative, our president, in person of Kulono. Before we do anything, hopefully not wrong, Cole will welcome us to Liba so that we get to do what we want. We need authority from God. You can do it right here, man. Thank you, God.
The Honorable United Legislative Caucus, our caucus members represented here, senior members of the executive gathered here, senior officials of government, past government officials, members of the Nimba Traditional Council and the Council of Chiefs represented here, members of the Nimba County Council represented here, members of civil society, Nimba stakeholders, student representatives here. It is always a great pleasure and pride to welcome all of you on behalf of the ever-forward moving people of Nimba to our capital city, San Diego. We are very happy, particularly that we were chosen by the Ministry of Information to be the first county outside of Monserrate to host this edition of the Government Town Hall. To the Ministry of Information, Honorable Pia, we say we are grateful that Nimba has been selected. This government has been doing a lot over the last 18 months, and this town hall is going to afford you the opportunity to speak directly with our leaders in government and know how much this government has been doing. Have your say, make your input like I invited you to. I don't think it's a mistake that Nimba was the first county outside of Monserrate, because if you look at development indicators, you will know that Nimba is the fastest growing economic, political, and developmental frontier of this country. So with that being said, I think we'll be doing our own presentation from the Nimba Council. With that being said, we want to welcome these distinguished personalities, our leaders, and all you community leaders to this Government Town Hall. Welcome to St. Louis, as he said. Welcome to San Diego. Thank you.
All right, this one for the president. Don't be knocking that drum here. They want that to talk. No drum here until we finish. Yeah? When we finish, then another drum. Thank you, Sister Komia Pekolo, Superintendent of Nimba County. So, though this is not a legislative program as it were, but all right, so though this is not a legislative program, but there are big people. They carry oversight for us in this country. Before we call that individual to speak, let's let you know that we got something we call drone. Some will be flying here that to take picture and video. So when you see a flying, don't worry, just ignore it. I let you see it. It's part of our life today. So our lawmakers will give us a small oversight scheme. Like I hear my sister say for the last 18 months. But this is purely for the ceremony of it. They are not the target today at all. Our implementers are the target. So Jan Flomo, the honorable for this district, The Sanikule area, Ganta, or here. But everybody can talk. So Nya will speak for them. Okay, now less than 5 minutes. We're time bound. And we're serious about this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yo, Uniru Danka Fue, Copa Puro. So I got to be here. Well, let me recognize the presence of my two colleagues from the Legislative Caucus, Romansi and Taiwan. Let me also recognize the presence of people from the executive, the senior ministers, junior ministers, assistant ministers that have come to this occasion, Madam Superintendent of the County Administration, our chiefs, our elders, student body, the civil society, the folk estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Well, we are gathered today, for me, in furtherance of the simple definition of democracy that we all learned in school. That is the government by the people, for the people, and of the people. This simple definition says that we put the government in power. The right is by the people. We also put the government in power, and we have the opportunity and the right to participate in the government, and that's why it's of the people. And the government put in power must be accountable to us that what is for the people. Anything for you people must report to you on it. Huh? And so because the government is for us, those that have entrusted them to implement our policies are here today to give us report. We want to use this opportunity to say thank you to the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism for this innovative communication approach. Instead of just being Monrovia, press conferences all through, I think are coming to our people so that we can have some level of interaction. And in that way, they are accepting that yes, they are accountable to you, our people who put them in power. So on behalf of my colleagues from the Legislative Caucus, we say thank you for the opportunity. We are here to witness this town hall, and we hope that it proceeds very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Flomo. Thank you so much. John?
Yeah, Flomo, thank you, sir. And so, I told you today, I was preparing you for this moment. The only thing that lives with human being that will stay here forever, people will come here and go. I told you was change. And that's all. So the people who lead us here have made a small change here for importance. They've asked us to allow Harrison County, a big partner, they say, in the development drive there, to give us 2 minutes of staying. Thank you. Harrison Conway, big brother.
Honorable Conway,
Former Minister of Interior.
former Forestry Development Authority Managing Director, former Superintendent of Nimba County, and a veteran Nigerian politician.
I swear. Okay. The Honorable Yan Flomo, representing the Nimba Legislative Caucus, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, my party minister, and the Minister of Commerce, also our minister, because we need expo permit before we. Then the Minister Geraldine Pia, my cabinet colleague, who have confirmed the same day. Where is Honorable Kura? Okay, let me say Honorable Kupa Kura, Minister of Labor, Honorable Depozuo, Deputy Minister for Economic Affairs, Minister of Finance and Development Planning, all other ministers here present today, let me say, distinguished government and platform guests, Honorable Superintendent and the local government of Nimba County, the Nimba youth, Nimba women, Nimba elders. I see somebody looking there as Zanzangawa, so it has to be the traditional council. The fourth estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today first representing the Nimba Elders Council. The Elder Council heard about this engagement and they felt that we should come here and support our county officials hosting the country and to pledge our unflinching support for all of the good things that are going on. As former superintendent, former minister, former managing director of FDA, former chairman of FDA board, I'm always a government official. So I should support what the government does and collaborate in my own way. So we are very happy to be here. And we tell our people thank you also for coming in their numbers to engage the government in this dialogue. So, having said that, Madam Superintendent, you can always rest assured that the former Superintendent Association backs you and they see you doing a very great job. Thank you to everybody.
All right. I see people gather there. There's something wrong here, no? There's something can bring people. Today, Government Town Hall is happy to be in partnership with the Central Bank of Liberia, the Liberia Petroleum Refinery Corporation, Company, whatever, the Liberia Telecommunications Authority, Ita Steel Liberia, and the Liberia Revenue Authority. Great, I'm told that Big Brother Floyd Truman is Jungle Waters. I hear him full. But as ever, he's a shadow man. He's around. Thank you for coming, Floyd. And we will now go into business, which means we got aspects of our deliverance today that you must begin to listen to. By the way, our big guest of honor, who may arrive anytime soon, somewhere, was meant for him to address, is Jeremiah Pangong, Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. He may arrive in time. We still expect him. He's our leader. May we give him a big hand of applause. And we'll hear the applause in the hall. Thank you. So as it is today, we like to get a big official statement before we take our little cultural performance. Let's get the man whose vision this is. The man whose vision this is. Jeremy Pia is Liberia's current Minister of Information. So he will come and deliver the overview, the thought thread of why we are here today. Thank you. This one better. This one better. We think I'm break.
How you going to do it? Lima County, is correct? Don't tell me the right way. Yago Lima Yasi. Hey, all right? Don't clap for me now. No, some of the speakers said it well already. The way we do government communication, we do press conferences, We go on radio stations where they even give us a chance to talk because sometimes the general wants to show that they're tough. So you can be communicated, just went up and down. We do newspaper basically, we do magazine, all kinds of things. We've been struggling to find out how the people fit into all the means of communication. There is somehow about a certain group of people, those who struggle to take the telephone and be calling, hello, I'm John Brown calling from my comfort zone. Everybody can do that. So we say we got to find a way where we take the government to the people. If you look in this hall, all of them here, your superintendent here, agriculture minister here, commerce minister is here, finance ministry here, labor ministry, the war grant code, the foreign ministry, which is the day of the whole cabinet, all of them here. Ordinarily, you will not have a chance to see them. But through this program, we brought them not just to you, but you will have the chance to ask them questions about the work they're doing, especially the one that affects your county. So we thought to bring this kind of program so you face your government official face to face, and we carry it all over the country. We started in Monrovia, now we're in Lima, we go in all the countries so that they can face the government official. And I must admit that your attendance in Lima is okay, but without surprise, Lima County can support every good thing. Okay, clap for yourself. When that time comes to ask questions, the thing that been on your heart about what the government doing, that you've been looking for answers to, you got the chance now to ask them right. Don't miss that chance. When that time comes, let me straight. If that public works, whatever they're doing, you got some issue with it that you've been on your heart, it's been hurting you, you want to ask them to tell you what is this issue, you're here now. In that post and telecommunication area, sickness, something happening, walk around people here too. Some people say, we want to walk around more. Some people say, we want it. You and the walk around man can talk when you hear. It brings you face to face with everybody. So, we thank you for coming. We thank the superintendent, powerful lady. You have no call for a good while. But the energy I have seen her shown in this position as superintendent, that give it all to her. Clap for the superintendent. God made us two. Yes, the government, 3 branches, but also working together. Any yesterday outside the superintendent. That's how the country is supposed to be. Doesn't matter whether you come from different party, the superintendent in different party. Look at my ministers, agriculture, commerce, everybody there. They were coming to deal with you, the Lima people, so they can talk. But they were also coming to support your son, who is our vice president, the man who is doing a great job. And you Lima people should be proud of this man you gave us as vice president. I can be not correction for your vice president. You know why you need for the president to say, okay, the process is getting hard. Maybe some things hard. Yeah, I want people to look at it. So he said the person who can trust. Very deeply. He added, I thank you so much. He said, I trust this man deeply. So he will chair the committee that will look at all the press buildings that are making our country so not looking difficult spot that the man I trust will put in front of the girl to face it. And if you just go back and know that there were times in this country where president and vice president were equally speaking, then you know that your son are great men. So thank you for coming. Have a great time.
All right, so great. Jerry Lemick Pierre, our Minister of Information. Government Town Hall is envisioning inclusivity and unity under such pragmatic theme. It wants community, a community of many voices. They want to be able to have you on the table, all of us sitting here talking. They want to be able to unite in progress, all of us to get united. They want us to be able to be different, but with one thinking, vision, and that is growth, which the human being seeks. Oh, and I thank you. So Government Town Hall today, the second leg, second session and edition, sitting at Nimba, Vice President Jeremiah Kwang as the lead panelist. And like I said, he may just join us anytime soon. He's accompanied today by Alexander Nuta, by Zuo, by great Sister Dewitt Gray. All these people have come to talk to you thematically about what the government has achieved in the last 18 months of running our country. May we give ourselves another hand of applause. You're not clapping. You got to. So we will take a small, no more than 2 minutes of cultural performance. So we shake up small. If we can, just shake up. Exercise is good for life. Please do it for life. Our cultural people, where are you? Very good. Be knocking the team and one year again. We are welcome. I don't believe it.
I say, our people, you are welcome. Our people, you are welcome. Our people, you are welcome. I bet to see you. Our people, watch out, they will shoot us, so you are welcome. Wow,
Adio Sanekole, Kapa Kulono, Kanupa Gere, Arunga Kubuna Gere. Today, it's time to talk your government. We went to election in 2023 and got a government elected. They've been there for 18 months. The Ministry of Information, through the GTH Government Town Hall, Kapa Kulono, has determined to let you know through your direct interaction with the people responsible for your governance. So we'd like to get a broad perspective. We want to hear from the whole government first. As our Vice President comes, we will be joined by our man who was in charge of planning and development, who should be the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, but he said today the poor and care zoo. Huh? You were outside, huh? Boka, don't stay there. You're Boka, you're going on. All right, so Yan PSO is in the hall. Mama, please bring your English down. I'll tell you something. They will be looking at that one, but after why are you talking like one you hear go? Because president or you don't know go. And so our man Joe, the bourgeois will take the podium for 10 minutes to tell us how the government look broadly in terms of moving our country forward. The last 18 months since their election to our government. Thank you. Debu? Your time.
While Honorable Zo is about to begin his presentation, I would like to recognize the Honorable Minister of Labor, Councillor Kura. Councillor Kura, you are welcome. Please keep your questions as Honorable Zo is making his presentation. Just write your questions down, because at the end we'll have questions and answers.
Ndano kavu ndano kabui mpa ifadi nyoro so my name is Yempi Depuzu. I'm here to just let us know and appreciate ourselves as a country, where we are coming from and where we are right now. Our distinguished platform guests, senior officials are here, our traditional chiefs, elders, our mothers, students. I know standing here today to present about our national development plan is also an opportunity for me to say that I have come home to appreciate you, to let you know that the time you took, you put in time to vote, you put in time to work, you put in time to send your children to school, you got a result through your own child. So, our president, you know, all of us know that he's still in government, right? And since he worked in government for long, he wanted to be president. He didn't depend on other people's ideas. He really know what he went through and what he want to change and where he want to go. And when he leaving office, he want to know where he leaving his children. That's the first thing he did. For us, if you know your parent wants something good for you, you tell you, say, I'm planning this for you, right? So our president, from the time he started his ambition to say from 2017, he said, I want something to do. And this reason, all of us here are young people who were behind him. And he said, for Liberia to be better, there are few things we need to do. We will not do all. So the thing we need to do, you'll look at it. So we put it together and ask him, our pa, what you want us to do? He said, in the country, all the work I'm not doing, I'll be looking at, because when children don't have food, the house can be noisy. The first thing he prioritized about agriculture. So he want to feed the children first. That good part there, right? The next thing I know is that when children get food, they also need to go somewhere. So I'll be looking at it because I walk from Lofa. By the time I come from Lofa, I walk from Lofa, I pass through Bedford Forest to get to Monrovia. So I don't want for all children that are coming up, when they want to come to Monrovia, they don't go anywhere. They got to walk. So I focus on one, go. So he said, besides that, when I let my children be here, they got road, they need to have discipline, they need to have a system where rule of law. I mean, they want to respect the law. The next thing that follow, you say you're putting together rule of law. And that means there should be code. If people having power, they go to court. If anybody wrong you, you go tell the chief, they go investigate. Then there'll be no noise. Because we went through the noise before, we went through war. He said, you put that one down. Then from there, he said, all the things you're doing, the future of the children, that is important thing I want. You can put road here, you put food here, you go somewhere protecting police, all of them be there. But nothing they are here, that trouble. So the next thing, they'll put education down. When you put education down, you educate your children, they can make more money, they can take care of you, they respect you, and the place become peaceful. You understand that? So he said, besides that, when the children go to school, there will all be problem, people getting sick, all the water on the road, dirty water all over the place. They'll put that one down. We call it health and sanitation. And he said, but we still are in the country, some people can travel all over the place, things getting better for them. I want for people to be coming in the country, so you try your best, your plan, how to make the place good for strangers to come here. Because when strangers come to you, it's not only that they're coming to just see your house, they will be able to pass around, some of them will come to build house, some of them will come for vacation, some of them will go look for job, some of them will create job. So you put that one down. I want to call tourism. So when you hear President Baka, he came on clear and said, for me to carry the country forward, I look at this thing I call arrest. So, in any place, before you go anywhere, you should know where you're coming from. So that this thing, the president decided and said, you're putting together. And this arrest agenda, for those of you who know English, I'm going to be going simple English and also our vernacular sometimes. This is intended to give us a guide. And once the president look at these, all the ministers you see here, so he told them, follow this, that's what you're supposed to be doing. For those who doing agriculture, when you're doing agriculture, it's not only for only agriculture minister. It means you will need road to go to agriculture farm. You will also need electricity. You will need all the lights, everything to make agriculture better. And after doing that, what happened next? We put it together, and with that, with these 5 major key pillars, The arrest is intended to drive us along the way. So here we have, that's why I said I don't want to eat. It's not going to depend on technology. So under the arrest agenda, we need to look at it from the point where, first, before you do agriculture, is issue about the economy. So the first pillar that there is economic transformation. When the president took office, we were back off. In fact, we were all plenty money. Some people were told money and credit all over the place. And you know when you become your father or children, you go credit, what happened? So now they can't collect debt, they disturb you, right? So he said, no, you're taking all of this in. The people who owe, you're trying to pay them and talk to them. The people who need money, you look for money and give it to them. So economic transformation is where we see how our economy is going to go in the next 6 years. And from there, the decision we make is to ensure that we are not allowing people who hold money to be there for nothing money in their pocket. So for now, I know some of you will be hearing it, oh, what happened every day? The money, US, we can't depend on different people's money. We have to depend on our own money, right? So the best thing to do is to ensure that what we own in our pocket is good and we know how to use it. The next thing that then is to ensure that people who want to go for money to make market, they have access to banks. So you hear almost all the banks now, people are now getting money. In fact, as you sit down, next thing that you see mobile money. Everybody want money today, you can ask somebody to send it to you. If you don't do it so, your children suffer. Under economic transformation, where we have agriculture, to be sure that we are giving food and the opportunity for our citizens. Besides the economic transformation pillar that we have as the first pillar, what we want to also look at is to say road and infrastructure. There are certain key roads that we want to be open. For example, you are in Lima here, right? From here all the way to Loguatu. People who go to Loguatu have been having difficulties. Their road has not been completed. We are working to complete it. Go to Second P, go all the way. You are going to Branch here. For now, those who come from Kapa to go to Tapeta, so now they're not sleeping in the morning anymore. You guys put it together. We take that other one. Now, after road, you want to make sure you have electricity, other infrastructure. That there should be light. In fact, some people in other countries, they want to come to Lima because in Lima country, for your power here, everybody want to come. These are the areas we have under infrastructure to ensure we have it. Under the same economic transformation, you have something that has to do with mining company and everything that we do here to make sure that we have more money. The next thing that he wants for us to do, which we put it on paper, is to ensure that the education system from college all the way to elementary school, our children have the opportunity. And I'm saying this to you to say that Lima County, the first thing, you now have a college here, and you have other colleges beside the government college. It's not all to it. What we need for your children to be good students, good citizens, is the quality of education. I know the people who are coming, the education minister, all of these people are here because for us, we can only pull the paper together and the people who will do the work, they will come and explain to you in detail. And under education, the first thing that we need to look at here is to make sure that the foundational learning, when your children have a strong foundation, they become strong. Besides that, under health, we want to ensure that the primary health is fully taken care of. I don't know. There's no way here for us to see the numbers. But here are a few things I want to outline under the health problem. There are some hospitals here don't have doctors. They don't have equipment. As we speak, our government is now providing machines for all the laboratories. You see scanning machine, the first time in our country, people have to go to JFK, Monrovia, or they go to Tapeta. But this time, the government, under the president's agenda, We want to make sure all the hospitals have equipment. As we speak, we have enough equipment to go to all the big major hospitals in the country. That means, thank you. That means you're not going to leave friends or go to Ghana, or go to Africa, or go to Nigeria, or go to India. These are things that the president asked us to put together. And we put them together, those who are in charge, he asks them every morning, what are you doing? What have you done? Where are we? Every day, if we go to cabinet meeting, we'll do the same thing there. In terms of what we call, tourism, we never had tourism ministry before. The president has made sure we have a tourism minister, and they already passed the act. These things are things that are actually going to help us tomorrow for people to see that Lima. I want to tell the superintendent, thank you. Where is she? I know the issue of the Tila. When we were talking first, we went all the way to Europe for climate change. We were discussing it. I said, if you put the Tila and make it a place where everybody go to see the water, and I want to eat. When we built the first the Tila, it became a good place. All the houses are here. Some people can come and just go to the mountain to hunt. You know why people will be coming here? They'll be going to the mountain to go hunt. They'll go look for fish. They go look for all the deer and all. Sometimes they can just come and say, I want to see leopard. So all the people will be coming here, and your children will be able to interact with Google people and be able to learn. So the Ministry of Tourism, was the personal agenda, is already being established. Now let's go to where we are now. As a country, before, I have two things to say to you people, especially those of you in Nema. Before the president came to power, we could not at any point in time go out and tell anyone, say, I'm from Liberia. You know that two things will look at you for as a Liberian. One is that you come from a country that came from war. Huh? When I say war, it has some kind of bad way of looking at you, right? Under this agenda, the president brought about reconciliation. So that whatever happened in the past, everyone should now see peace as an option. So in this case, the plan we're doing all the big things. He said we'll build road, we'll make sure that we'll build hospital, we'll build school, and everything. If the people are not together and they are not at peace, everything will break down, right? As the same thing that happened to us. So in this case, I will say to you, we all have to see it. If we look at all the payload and what all are listed there, I'm sorry that the machine, you know that what white people think can do. We must depend on our own brain. They all disappear. So the next thing that there is, besides the reconciliation, the next thing that we need to look at as a country that is very much important, that improving our image as a nation now, is how we manage our natural resources to help us. As we speak, let me say this. The president asked us, those of us who can do the planning, that plan on how our natural resources, our gold, our diamond, and everything here, how will it help us to use it better so that we can be in poverty? That's the next thing we have. And this one is one of the major things that those of you in this county, I want you to understand that the president, with the plan he's doing, he has made sure all these things are placed on paper. I'm not just talking, even though I know before then people say, oh, the picture will show, the picture not show, but these things are also written. The next thing that he has done, one more minute. Mm-hmm. The next thing he did that will be on the record is that when we were doing the national development plan, you can hear say, oh, the plan they did in Morovia, right? But this plan, they got a county plan, and they also got a national plan. So under the president's agenda is to make sure that under the county plan, all the county will have their own leadership. I want to call local government. As we speak, our chief our commissioners, where we go now, the president wants you to be able to plan for yourself and tell your people what you want to do. Then you give it to the people that are in Monrovia, like where are we sitting? So last year we came here and asked all of you people, the same thing you told us, we put it on paper. And the Local Government Act is going to now be enforced so that all of you people will know what government is doing, where the money will go. And the important thing that there is that the money that they will collect, some of it will come to the county. Are you hearing it? So in order for us to have a better, stable nation, the Local Government Act is going to now be enforced where there will be revenue sharing and whatever that comes from your county, 40% of that will come to you, that you can sit down and design your own plan and make your country better. I thank you very much. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Simone. Thank you so much. Before we go to our next presenter, we will entertain 4 questions. 2 male, 2 female. We'll take the first question from there, my brother.
My only Aaron N.G. Swan, a former senator of Kapa City. Mine is not question. Mine is an appeal and also to inform this party. I want to firstly be grateful to the superintendent for the hard work. But our superintendent, that was the work that we were doing, certain work in Kapa City. And when I want to complain of the will be tired. So we appeal that you look at direction. Someone that led this bill, a good that the minister is here, Minister of Information is here. The president invited us. So far, there's here May 14. And you listen to what he said, you want to be the other party to call all of us together. We said, look up to the minister, please remind the president. And the last one is.
No, stop right there. The day is not for you, it's for many people. Thank you.
Next question.
Next question.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Your name and your point. Put your 1 point to a person.
Okay.
Thank you.
My name is Thomas Kioshua. I'm former country inspector of NEMA, former deputy minister of Retirement Affairs.
And by the way, please limit your question to the post presentation.
The first thing let me say, thanks to the Waka Kunle government. Within a year, almost a year and 8 months, we are seeing a lot of transformation that we are impressed, particularly in Lima County. We are impressed with the work of our superintendent and the work of the government. But my question goes to Honorable Teku. They say Minister of Finance. Most of the people were thinking about the bread and butter issue. The policy we go ahead and say the minimum for all government workers are 150. But we still see people getting 18,000, 15,000. Please address yourself to that.
Thank you. The good news here is that someone is saying 150, but at least the person is receiving it. Right? Than to say, now I don't pay, this more I don't pay. 3 more now my pay can come. Then the first thing that there is what? The weird story that there is that from what we see, no one is making below the 150. And I'm going to explain to you what is happening. Some of the people who are complaining is because 2 things happening in government. The first thing there was, before then, government worker, some people were not deducting social security from them. There was no withholding from them. And people getting retired, they go to last call, they want, some people didn't even have a record. So this government, for the sake of transparency, the president said, everyone is a man of us. You'll be deducted from your pay. The next thing that there is that you also, as an income employer, they will also what? Take your own taxes from them. So by the time they do the deduction, and some people who are complaining, the lifestyle is not good to to display local kind of thing on the air. Some of the people who are talking, if you go to the bank, beside your pay you take it, you go borrow money from the bank. The bank will deduct your money first. They will take their money first before they give out to you. So by the time they do all the deduction, the real money that comes to you is what you see in your account. Another thing which we want to explain to people, you to understand now, is that we have a pay system now where first we should give 80-20. If you owe a government to pay you $100, they give you what? $20 in that $100 and $80 in US dollar. But because, like I said earlier, for us to appreciate our own economy, we want to make sure that instead of using too much US dollar, so we want to see how to transition, that we can start making people to depend on US dollar. So the first test we did is to reduce it to what? 30%. So it means if you're making $100, only $70 will come to you in US dollar. So a person says, oh, my money cost. No. Instead your Liberian dollar sign is higher than what you're coming before. So they can't tell you, say, oh, because my money is short. No, they're not short. Your Liberian dollar is more than what you are receiving before, but your US dollar is less. So this kind of education, actually, we need to do it, but sometimes we expect those who are in the ministry agency to tell their people. As of this, last year, November, this year, January, we say go forward. In fact, again, we want to increase it to 35%, 35-65. But because all the laws are coming again, say, okay, let's go on small, let's do more education. Then we will not go backward. Because when you go to Guinea, they put their take pay you at Guinea Silver, right? Sierra Leone, right? So that's the problem you see there. But to say people money talk, no. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
My name is Joyce Asadako from SD Church, also doing environmental science at the University. I heard my father saying that we should manage our resources. And now we have the coconut bee in Liberia now taking our forest. So what can the government do about the coconut bee so that they can leave our forest alone? Thank you.
Thank you very much. You know, this issue is very much important. I know the coconut bee, many of it, recently I had it here printed, right? But sometimes, this is how we look at it. No student can come anywhere without seeing a student father, right? Huh? So, some kind of student father told them, say, you come. When a student come and see the play good and say, well, whether you want me to go back, I can stay small with you. But the bad thing that happened in there, they say, oh, but then, that give me small, you go on and find, that give me small, let me be found there. When they Burkina Faso go, they start working, they say, oh, but the boy is home, the children stay in town. Then they start bringing it. They say, oh, but then you are not going to do the work. Oh, but your brother ain't helping. Now, how the Burkina Faso are coming? But again, they are seeing black people and African. We need to look for ways, those who are in charge of the immigration, when they come in, we need to put in place a system where we'll recognize them and how long they will be here to talk it. So, but again, the government is working very hard to solve the problem. Not to allow everybody to just come. When students come to you, you tell the government that students here to tell you that you go back. That is the government trying to do now. So, my sister, I want us to all be together and work hard. Instead of us looking more at let the different labor to come here, we need to utilize the labor force we have here. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, my sister here will be the last person to ask this question.
Okay, my name is Nede Chito, National Year Organization of the Disabled Coordinator for NIMBA. I want to appreciate your presentation and I want to appreciate our president. You talk about road construction. I want to know whether these roads that they are building is accessible for persons with disabilities. Because if you see along the road, you don't see any place that somebody with wheelchair will park. Even somebody with white cane will get a space to park, and we see motorbike playing all day and night. So that's my question.
Thank you.
Thank you. This one, I will give it small and leave it with public work. But as far as I'm concerned now, some of the government building we're building, we'll make sure that you have accessible area for people with wheelchairs, especially where you have public facilities. But for road construction, I don't want to go in that territory. I like the public work minister when you can't say that.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. Now listen to me. There's a format that we're going to go with, so we don't stay here till tomorrow morning. The Minister of Agriculture. You listen to the book. The book. Thank you. Give him a hand of applause. The first letter in this government's agenda is A. Right? Agriculture. Very important, especially for us rural people. So he will come speak and ask him questions individually like you did. From here now, the other people, all of them will be there 5 minute statement. Then we'll take a few questions and we'll pack off and go. So that we can stay here forever. Hey, boo? You're not talking, hey, boo? Yeah. All right, thank you. So, on the government's agenda in this country, arrest the A stands for agriculture, the farming business. And farming are not only the plant, the animal power, how we get food, everything. So the man the president appointed to lead that, for us at least for now, is Alexander Luther. We are happy to have him. So Alexander Luther will come and address us on what they have done in 18 months. In 5 minutes, and then you are asking questions. The one you will be able to talk in 5 minutes, because we gotta go. There's no time for anybody, time to die, time to die. Alexander Luther, Minister of Agriculture.
Thank you, John. John said the minister at the time, for the moment, right? What did you say? The man the president appointed as Minister of Agriculture for now. I am the Minister of Agriculture. But let me just say, we know agriculture is the most important sector in our economy. And why say that? Agriculture creates jobs for more than 75% of our population. And even our economy, the GDP, agricultural contribution is more than 35%. That makes agriculture critical. But if you see on the board there, the reason why we have that there is to tell you the potential we have as a country. Liberia as a country has 9.63 million hectares of land. The entire country we have 9.63 million hectares. And out of the 9.83 million hectares, 4.06 million hectares that you can grow corn. We call those areas arable lands. And in Liberia, our land, about 1.5 million hectares of our land is called water. That means we got water almost everywhere in this country. If you have that potential, it means you should not be poor. Liberia should not be a poor country. Liberians should be able to feed themselves. So what did we do when President Barker asked us to serve this position? We tried to put a plan together that will guide what we do. If you see the map here, and let me just make a statement about Nima County. Nima is my favorite counties. It's among my favorite counties here, and it's the number one. As Minister of Agriculture, I have visited Nima more than any other county because of what I know Nima can do. Nima is the county that has the potential to feed us in all of the crops. Okay, the map is not there anymore. But if you look at the map that was over there, we have been able to assess the entire country the 4.06 million hectares of land we have for crop production. Where they got the green, all the green spots we done for rice, cassava, corn, that's what we call maize. We done it for coffee, we done it for oil palm. If you look at those green spots, you will see that NIMBA falls across all of the green spots. That means NIMBA has the greater potential to produce just anything in this country. You see where? The map for the corn is where we don't do well. But if you see the location of Lofa, NIMBA is in the green. If you look at rice, from Lofa coming down to Bong, NIMBA, to down to Maryland, some part of Grand Cruz, Sino along there, and we can feed ourselves. You see that green spot? It tells us that Liberia can feed herself. If you see cassava, the same thing. Here, the last one is oil palm. The entire country is green. It means in this country, there is no reason why we should be importing margarine because it comes from oil palm. There is no reason why we should be importing the apple oil, the one we call apple oil. Most of those are refined oil palm product or palm oil. So we shouldn't be. So if you see oil palm there, Liberia has 4.06 million hectares, but we have land that we have about 3.5 million hectares that we can grow oil palm on in this country. So we should all be wealthy. We got more than 1.6 million hectares that we can grow coffee on. And Liberia, let me make this clear, Liberia was one of the prides in the international cocoa market because we have a unique brand of coffee called Liberica. Liberica is a unique coffee brand that has a distinct taste. Way back, more than 100 years ago, Liberica coffee won a prize, world prize in America, because of the taste it has. But NIMBA was one of the areas that coffee production was taking place. Those are us who know about NCADD, right? Huh? We were growing coffee, we know LPNC were buying coffee from us here. But today, where is our coffee? We're not growing much of coffee. Corn, cassava, rice, we can grow all. So, to tell you that we can do these things to help ourselves, and we have not been helping ourselves, is a problem. So, when the president asked us to hold this position, we came up with a plan. What the government will do to enable you, the farmers, produce more rice to feed ourselves, to grow more cassava for you, the women and the young people, to be able to make some money and send your children to school and feed yourself, to be able to do more corn. Corn. Why is corn important? All the chicken egg we eat here, most of them we used to buy from different countries. And the reason why we can't grow more chicken here is because the food the chicken eat, most of what they put in our food are corn. But in Liberia, we don't grow more corn. Because we don't grow more corn, to feed one chicken, the price of feed is very high. I always say this, before I became minister, I myself a farmer, right? I was having small poultry farm. In my chicken place, I was having 120 chicken. Then something happened, reduced to 66. But the 66 chicken I was having to lay egg. Every 10 days, I used to buy 2 bags of feed. The 2 bags of feed I was buying from Brad, $80. 1 bag 40, other one 40, $80, 10 days. I feed my chicken. My chicken will lay 1 carton of egg. Then I will go sell the carton for $60. So I spend $80 to buy the food, then I made $20. I lose $20, right? Because I will sell for 60. Because the corn that we use here, the corn comes from Guinea, it comes from Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast here. So when they fix the feed, it's expensive. So the government said, no, we got to grow more corn ourselves. The same with coffee, we want to grow more. is what we did. When we made the plan, we said, say we importing more rice, we got to cut down the import so we'll grow more rice. The first year, last year, 2024 was our first year. What did the government do? The government said we ourselves will support the farmers. We set our target. We said between now and 2029 or 2030, in our agriculture plan, we say we want to support the farmer to develop lowland or swampland. We want to do 50,000 hectares of swampland for people to grow more food, more rice to feed ourselves. So last year, we did 4,060 hectares lowland to grow rice, and Nima County was part of that plan. If you want to baby right here, and some of the farmers around Gapley, Sacre-Pied, we even went to B and supported people to grow rice. And because we grew more rice last year, the number of rice that we imported reduced. Before, but people ask me, the rice on the market, where is the rice? The one you used to buy, it was imported. Because you're not buying, you grow your own rice down, that one you grow, you eat it, you're not buying that one anymore, right? Because you're not buying it, the demand for it will fall. So the quantity that we import, it will be reducing. So what we say here is, even though we do not have our rice on the market yet, but most of the farmers who were buying rice before, they grew rice to feed themselves. Most of you here in Nima, you're not buying imported rice anymore. Because I went around myself in Nima here. Most of the places I went, I ate 100 rice, they want to go 100 rice. They want to grow by themselves. So more people now are growing more rice. I went to Lofa. In Lofa, in Foya, the country rice is cheaper than the imported rice. The country rice, they were selling for $30 for cup. Then the imported rice, $50 for cup. Because they grow more rice there. The country rice about now they never buy. So, right now, we are making progress to increase our rice production. So last year, we supported the farmers to develop 4,060 hectares. And this year, the plan we made is to support them to do 6,500 hectares of swamp rice, swampland development. We are developing swampland across the country. Maybe some of you here are businesses because we are reaching out to people and giving them money to develop their land. In Nima here in Bendy, because we want to do more rice production, we said, okay, the dam that Bendy had, the dam was small. So through the government, we fixed the dam. 2 dams, we fixed it in Bendy. So Bendy can produce more than 1 time. Just that maybe the thing you're not doing well, we had a video that will show what we're doing in Bendy. I was here some part of April. I went to Gameplay, I went to Sampa. Sampa has a very big swamp. They said they used to grow right before. So in that place, we started doing some work there this year. So we can lay that entire place up. And we want to be able to develop most of the lowland we have in Nima County here. Because I think one of the representatives was telling me that most of the Nima people are doing tree crop. So we need to go to the swamp and develop it for it to do well. Besides the rice in Nima County here, we have been supporting road construction. Even the farm to market road will go here. Those who are in the cocoa production, we have a specific project here called the T-set or the IFA project. We're supporting Nima people to grow more cocoa. And cocoa is one of the areas that you're really doing well here too. Besides that, we have just started with a coffee project. That coffee seedling we have it, we're developing the project in Kari. We will be giving seeds to people or seedling to grow more coffee. And for cassava, we have not done much in Nima with cassava, But across the country, we have identified 4 counties that we did cassava production in last year. And those counties are Grand Cape County, Boston County, Margibi County, and Bob County.
1 minute, Mr. Minister.
No, I will not take 1 minute. You gotta give me more time. This is agriculture. You gave me 10 more minutes. This is Nima County. And I'm going to talk to the Nibarians. And this is the most important county here. In fact, let me just say this. This year we are having the National Agriculture Fair in Nima. Ganta is going to be the host of the National Agriculture Fair. Last year we had a Margibi County Kakata. This year we will be here in Nima. So I will announce it. LPRC, all the farmers said you will bring your farmers, your produce to LPRC road, on the road there. They will see it. Then the FRCC, they will have the legal program. Just a little background. But what we are trying to say here is, this country needs to feed herself and our farmers need to get water. So what we're going to do with cassava, we are not doing cassava or farming the way we used to do it. We are putting our farmers in the group. For cassava, we have 25 farmers, we put on 100 acres. And that 100 acres, we as the government responsible to develop the land for you. We bring the machine, we lay it out, and give you the cassava potting. We got 4 big farms now across the country. One is in the Todi area, one is in Cape Mount, one is in Bond County, right on the road when you go to Montreal, on the main road there, 200 acres, then near Zensu. Then when you go to Kakata, the place they call New Kakata, we got one big farm there again, 200 acres, with 50 women and young people there producing. So what are we doing again to make agriculture different? All of the time we've been using collar and hoe. The government said no. This time, we got to bring machine. So, in Nima County here, we have 3 locations that we are, in fact 4 locations that we are establishing mechanization service centers. One is right here in Bendy. In Bendy, we got one there. In Spain, we got one in Spain, got 3. Then we got one in Tapeta, where we put the farm machine there. We will bring tractor there. We will bring power tiller. We will bring everything that can support you to carry on making our farming. It is not only in Nima alone. We have 13 of them across the country. In 6 counties, in Bond, in Lofa, in Margibi, in Masorado, in Bombing, and here in Nima. So the farming business can be made easy. The government is investing in those ones. The next thing we are trying to do is to see how we can bring some people who are investors to be able to buy what you're growing. So now, for the first time in this country, we have a factory that will produce starch. They will buy the cassava from you and go and change it to starch and other products that they can export. Because most of the time the farmers call me and say, oh, we grew cassava, but nobody to buy it from us. Our cassava is all in the bush. So we had a conversation with the president. He said, well, we can do something about it. So we talked to some Chinese friends. They are coming here. He was here just last month. He's coming back this month. They're going to build 2 factories. One factory will be in Wayala, Margibi County, where they will be doing starch. So all those who be buying cassava, you can put your cassava in the big truck, they will buy it from you and process it. They are also going to be establishing a big rice mill here in Fuama to be able to have Liberian rice on the market. I know we got one mill in Baby here. We are trying to work on it. And Baby already has a rice brand called Baby Rice. It's a pride of Liberian. We are trying to also bring in one big mill that will be in Saklepier. That mill, we had it somewhere. We're moving it from there and putting it to Nima. Because Nima is a critical county. Nima has the potential to do a lot, and we as a government are committed to supporting you. I'm sorry we can talk more, but I don't want people to feel that I'm violating that law. So I will start here. If you have questions, you can ask me.
Thank you.
Because I said,
Okay, thank you, Mr. Minister. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now it's time for questions. Questions and answer. We will take my brother here.
Thank you for the presentation, Honourable Minister. My name is Nathan S. Kulono Senior. I am the Dean for the College of Agriculture and Food Science in Nima University. Most of the projects you talk about, we are beneficiary of most of them. And the recent cash out that I give to farmers, we are part. But the question here is, if you want us to be very efficient in the production of rice, that meaning you give us the rice, the seeds, this rainy season, and we are developing the soil at this time. But you have not brought us a tractor that is going to till the lowland to make it very, very accessible and useful by farmers. What are we expecting to get out of what we are doing at this time if we don't have a tractor?
Okay, let me make it clear. You know, the government will not be giving tractor to individual farmers. No. The reason is the burden. Personally, I own two power tillers. When the power tillers fall to fix it, technicians to get it high. To even get some of the money. So I feel, oh, what happened to the other small farmers? By the time you give them it's called to go back in. That one you have wasted time. So, like I said, we are establishing mechanization service center here in Nima. We will have 3 of them here. One will be right here in Spain. One will be right here in Bendi before you reach here. One will be in Takata. We will put all the farm machines there. Power tiller, tractor. So when you want to use machine to do your job, you will go there and pay small money, you can't do your job. That small money you pay to them, they will use it for maintenance, they will use it to buy fuel. So we're not going to give you tractor. But you now, you say you are at the college, right? As a college, what we are doing, and we are working on this, our plan is to make sure that people who will graduate from the community colleges can know everything about agriculture. That means mechanization is one of them. So we have a special program that we are working on. If it goes through, we can work with it. And Nima Community College is part of our plan because I had a meeting with them before. They came to the meeting. We are planning to ensure that every community college, the first 8 of them, we will do everything for them to have mechanized farming system. So that when a student graduates, they know how to operate the machine, they know what agriculture really is. So you could you could get a machine, but not because you are a farmer, but because you are a university that is training farmers who can get the machine. We are working on that.
Thank you. Okay, please address your question based on the presentation of Dr. Muta. We'll take my sister here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Minister, and thanks so much for your presentation. My name is Sandra Gideon. From my experience, agriculture is about science, research, and technology. I want to know how much and how intentional the government is to invest in these areas so that agriculture is sustained and that Liberia can have a niche when it comes to agriculture and a particular production area. You have listed rice, coffee, maize, and oil palm. We need to have a niche as a nation so that we can be able to export, we can be able to come up with mass production. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think that's a very important question. You see, I've always said it, there is no way we will change our agricultural economy or our agricultural system unless we have real research. Because it is through research you have innovation. So, in the wisdom of the president, he said, right after our appointment, we should pay full attention to our carry. We all know that carry is our research station. So, it was one of the main areas that the president made appointment in. Also, the president that was appointed comes from Nima. So we are paying attention to carry, making sure that carry will have the right capacity to do the right research, come up with innovation. And sometimes some of the decisions that we make are big controversial. Because we attach so much importance to carry, we've been concerned about carries capacity to do what it ought to do. So we were constrained to ask some of our board members to help the leadership at carry, just to beef up their ability to do what they need to be doing. Besides that, the research station. Extension is also important for the dissemination of information. At the time this government came to power, there were active 24 district agriculture officers across this country. We had on the payroll for the 7 of them, but 25 of them, 23 of them were already ready for retirement. So what this government did, and thanks to the Ministry of Finance, they supported us. Now, we have recruited about 100 DAOs in all of the district, the agricultural districts across this country, and we have hired some technicians. In Nima here, as big as Nima was, when we took over, there were only 4 DAOs in Nima, even though Nima has about 12 agricultural districts. But today, Nima has district agriculture officers in all of the agricultural districts. Nima also has trained technicians that have disseminated the information. We plan to do more to enhance the sector's ability to respond to your needs.
Thank you. So, considering agriculture as the first payload of the arrest agenda, we take only 2 more questions, one male and one female. My sister.
Okay, I want to appreciate the Honorable Minister. Minister, thank you very much for your hard work that you have done in Liberia. We appreciate you because of the project that you just said. We are one of the beneficiaries of the project of the rice production. And now what I just want for you to know is we produce the rice, but Liberians does not like the taste of the rice. What can the government do for Liberian rice to be improved that Liberians will love the taste? The past year I produced more than rice on lowland agricultural farmer group. Well, when we carry this to the market, Liberians, we're in the villages, they love the Chinese rice. So what can we do to improve on the taste of Liberian rice so that they can love eating their own rice? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, that's a very important question. It is. You know, before I became minister, this question was always lingering around. I remember November 2023, I was at the rice symposium, and somebody said Liberia produces so much rice, but people don't like to do Liberian rice, and I challenged it. I challenged it because I know Liberians ate Liberian rice before the war. Most of what we ate, I know we went to our parents in the village and they would beat the rice, give it all, and we eat it throughout the year. But something has happened. I know because of the conflict, people's tastes have changed. Sometimes when we eat the locally grown rice, we feel that around the butter rice or whatever it is. But let me tell you, Liberians have to learn to eat what they produce. You got to grow what you eat and eat what you grow. But because of this complaint, we have tried to do something. We have brought in, we went to the government signed agreement with what they call Kafasi. Kafasi is Korean African Cooperation for Food Security in Africa. We went and became member of that group. We brought 26 different rice varieties to this country. Those rice are being grown. They are tested in carry. I know last year, so even this year, March, that we went to carry to do what we call the palatability test. We are testing the rice to see which one Liberian would like to eat more of. But that's not just the case. Even the rice that we grow, the Nariga L19 that most of you grow now, the small rice, that can be for 90 days. It's a good rice. But sometimes we don't know how to prepare it better, to process it. I have an experience. I grew Narika on my farm, so the guy who manages the farm will parboil. Narika, when you parboil too much, when you dry it, you cook it, this is not good. Because when it's overly soaked, then it affects the quality. So we need to train our people in post-harvest management or post-harvest handling. We have a special program now with the FAO that is helping us to train our farmers. We send 20 of our technicians to go to China to learn post-harvest handling. They should be able to help train some of our people, our farmers. But Liberia, we have very good rice. For me, I can tell my friend, I like Liberian rice I can eat. When you grow the rice, that red rice, the large tree, very tasty. So I go ahead, very tasty. So if I have my will, I will stop the rice from being imported here so we can see what we grow. Huh?
Thank you.
I will even ask the government to put more tariff on imported rice. So that you who are growing the rice, you will make more money and you will get to eat what you grow. Right?
Okay, one quick question.
Yes.
You talked about cassava.
Yes.
I was surprised to hear you're not engaged with Nima much in cassava. Is it because they eat too much GB or something?
Let me tell you, look, the secret here, Nimbas are very prolific, right? Nimba, they grow cassava here, but they eat more of it. Most of the gari we have, the super gari, there's a factory right here in Ganta. The board produces it very well. The only reason why we did not come to Nima with this program, and we want to come to Nima, the only reason why we did not come here is because where we are building the factory right now, in Magibi, we want to be able to have more raw material for that factory. By the time we bring another factory in Nima, then we'll start putting more money. Because a group of people call me from here to produce cassava on 20 acres in abundance. There's no market for it. Because the guy who is processing here cannot often everything. But Nima has received a lot of the assistance in the other value chains. Rice, cocoa, even the raw project, the G7 will do a lot here.
Thank you.
Jan Flomo, Representative Jan Flomo has a concern.
Just before Honorable Flomo speaks, let's recognize the Honorable Minister of Mines and Energy, Wilma Pay. Welcome, sir. Please give him a round of applause. Honorable Flomo.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, thanks for your presentation. You seem to based on figure when you took over, say, look, when we took over, we were producing this metric ton of rice, but now we are going to this amount of metric ton. So we can see the clear difference. So that's where my concern is.
Thank you. Okay, this is just one of the, this is the mechanization center that we have in Maine. We'll go machine there. But thank you for that question. I remember the first time we made a statement, we said we were importing 70% of the rice we eat. And then we went back and did the assessment. We realized that in 2024, Liberia imported just 51% of the rice we eat. It means our import level has dropped from where it was to now. If import is dropping, that can be translated into an increased domestic production. But I agree with you, we have challenge with the data, right? We have not been able to, we are doing statistics, agriculture survey to know what is the actual domestic production. But a proxy for that would be the difference between what we eat and what share of what we eat is imported compared to past year. And if you compare to that, we realize that now our import is dropping, meaning that the domestic production is rising. And this year is really going to be better. From what we have seen, there is enthusiasm among our farmers to grow more food for themselves, especially rice. If you pass, drive around the road, we are supporting some farmers, but some farmers are doing it by themselves, all of the lowlands. So So domestic production is actually rising, even though we may not provide you the hard labor. But I can give you something. Now, last year we did 4,060 hectares. The one we supported. It will interest you to know, in Farmer alone, we get to Farmer as a sample. Farmer did 986 hectares of lowland. If we did 986, we check it out, each of those hectares produce 3.5 metric tons. So if you multiply 4,060 by 3.5, you know what metric ton is it. So for farmer alone, we multiply 986 by 3.5. That gave us above 3,000 metric tons of rice that were produced at farmer alone. So if you use that average across the ones that we supervise, that is the one we supported the farmers to grow upon, then we produce more than 10,000 metric tons of rice last year. That's a contribution. But that is irrespective of what the smallholders themselves are doing all around. And again, as I said, because we are not doing the data or we are not doing the survey to get real-time data, it's not possible to be exact on the hectare. The only process we can use is what was our input today and compared to what was it 3 days ago. If today input is dropping again, today production is rising. Because our population is going up. In fact, we realize that per capita consumption is falling. So we're doing well.
Thank you.
With our statement.
Thank you. We'll take the last question from my brother.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for your presentation. But my concern is known to the issue of the cutting down of the tree, the BB tree, and also the large people are cutting down, and we are cutting down, and planting rest and cassava. What mechanism are we putting in place as a government entity to replant those BB trees so that we can get soon disaster efficient to the parish costs in terms of our tree, what's it that is like damaging?
Okay, so that one. So I think the father minister was saying something about it, but let me just give you this answer. We as a government, we are placing emphasis on lowland production. Most of our projects are supporting people who are doing swampland. So in swampland there are no high forests that would lead to maybe degradation, degradation. We don't look at it from that perspective. But I know there are some challenges about diversity. Small thing, animals are living there. But we handle that. We got to feed ourselves. Our policy is to encourage our farmers who are on the high land to come down to the lowland. That is the reason why we support farmers. If we select you as a beneficiary, we put in the lowland. For those we are supporting for cassava production, we don't go to high forest. We say secondary forest. It means those land that have their short trees in it, short bushes, and the one we clear, we use the machine to clear, and you plant your cassava there. So the government is fully aware of the impact of climate change, and we are doing all we can to do agriculture in a smart way, and what we call climate smart agriculture. If you see us going to your swamp and helping you to day it out, so that you can have water to grow more food, and power climate smart agriculture. We know Liberia is getting hotter than before. And I let me say an example myself, because at that swamp, they can grow fish. 2021, in January, my fish was still in the water. Water was still there, so I was still growing fish. But in 2023, January, the entire place got dry. The fish are high, the fish pond, I had to take it from there and put it somewhere else. That tells us that the sun is getting hotter than before. So we cannot say climate smart is not true. Climate change is not true. Because we are all feeling it. Even the farmers, The time you could experience rain is changing, right? Sometimes the rain comes earlier, sometimes the drought just comes. We can't experience rain again because of climate change. So because of that, the government say we will support people to do climate smart agriculture. That's why we are bringing the machine now, so that when you grow rice here this year, next year you grow them. If you grow the cassava right here, this year, next year you're not going to cut different ground and land again and grow cassava. You will stay on the same spot so that the other areas can be protected.
Thank you. So the minister said you would say something. Holistically, any plan about reforestation out there?
Yes.
So FDA is not here.
Yeah, that's the reason why. Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Minister. Like I said earlier, when our power said we complain, the planning also cover the agriculture and the forestry. Instead of just cutting trees down, the plan here now is to ensure that no one will just cut tree without replanting another one. The next thing that there is that where we had an opportunity, people were felling tree or were taking law. The plan we have now is we're going to have 3 major sawmills in the country. For all law that will come from southeast, we'll go to Sano. We'll prepare it right there. So they can't just carry our law. Because it took too much money from us in the past, and we'll have one in Bon County, and we'll have one in Bombing. So these are the 3 zones for forest wood processing in the country, and that's a plan that's supposed to be implemented under this arrest agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Government Town Hall today at Senikule, Nimba County, is taking a break to be back. We are back today at Senikule, and so now, yes. Who man? You're glad for the man. You're glad for Yeah, that's for Alexander Muta, the food business.
You don't know? People have been saying for too long now. So let us stand in a standing ovation. Please stand small.
You shake yourself small. Right. That's true. Listen, that too long. Man, get us stand small. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's shake yourself. Yeah, thank you. Wow. Have you said? And so we are back today on Government Town Hall. Now, we'll let our people do small presentation and not go too much into question business, so that you'll hear the little of the big that government is doing, at least to get us going. So, our Minister of Foreign Affairs sent her deputy, Sister David Gray, to come and talk to you. She will take 5 minutes to talk to you about how Liberia doing with Guinea, with America, with Ivory Coast, all those small people where you can go sell market. So, sir, you there? Tell them one. No, they want one.
Good afternoon. As the moderator says, I'm from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the first ministry in the country among the cabinet ministers. And this ministry is responsible to make sure that the face of Liberia internationally is accepted. You know, we had a lot of war crisis here, so most countries were not even looking at Liberia. So it was difficult for us to go and convince people on what we needed as a country. So under this administration, what we have been doing is to try to bring back those long relationships that Liberia had years ago. Liberia was a country that even for most of our West African brothers and sisters, we helped them to even get independence. And you know that?
Yes, we had several conferences even in Nimba County, Senecolin, that led to these various regional organizations. So that we are concentrating at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs so that Liberia gets a space and a face it used to have long years ago. So when we started with fights right in our neighborhood, Manorowa Union, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, Liberia. We had one conference last year, so we can start talking about how we will come together as one block to do things together in terms of trade. Then last year we started one serious campaign, the United Nations. The United Nations that all the 193 countries of the world, they got a particular office in the United Nations called the United Nations Security Council. They got 15 countries on that council that helps to find peace and other development in the world. And Liberia say, I don't care what they say, we will fight to get there. Because Africa had 2 seats. And because of the way we've been conducting ourselves, 181 countries of the world voted in June 10 for Liberia to sit on the Security Council. Isn't that a good thing for Liberia? 181 countries in the world. So Liberia sitting on that seat is now the voice of Africa. Right now, so many countries coming to us because now we got power now. Every country in the world will talk to us right now because they know we can make things happen. So internationally, we are now recognized as a country that can help other countries in the world. First, because with our experience, we went through war. We know about peacekeeping, so we can help other countries. Just last week or this week, we had 2-3 countries coming to us to talk to us about what happening in their countries so that when we sit at the Security Council, we are able to deal with matters that affect them. Another thing, when the president took over, he said we will bring services to the people. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they know the one thing that we do there, we give passports to people, right? A lot of times, all of us here got to walk, take car, go all the way to Monrovia to get passport. If we making sure Liberia is recognized, people want to go to other countries, right? So what we did in July, we opened 2 passport centers. One is in Bond County at the superintendent's compound. That center helps service people in Nimba County and counties around Bond County. And since we opened it 1 month ago, we've processed over 157 passports for people like y'all who need to just take a passport and cross the border to Guinea, and maybe from Guinea or go other places. You don't have to go to Monrovia to go and put in for passport. And also, it helps also to make sure that our citizens in these areas are also employed. We're not bringing people from Monrovia to go sit down in the passport center in Bagan. So when you go there, you can apply, the young people can apply, they get training, and they learn how to do passports, interview people. So that is one of the services that the Foreign Ministry has started as a pilot. The next one in Grand Junior. Later on, we'll go down to the other counties, we'll go down to Cape Town, other places, where it will alleviate some of the problems that you have of moving from one county all the way to Monrovia to get passports. And that's what we promise, and that's what we're doing, and it's helping a lot of people. Because you don't have to, once you do the passport, Monrovia will send it right back. And you get it, you can go Ivory Coast, you can go anywhere from here. So those are the things that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is doing to make sure that we gain the kind of recognition we had over the years, and to make sure that we bring services to the people for them to have free movement to go to other countries. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Minister. Thank you so very much. John?
So, thank you. Next is education. My man Papa here. I think I forgot to bring here. Papa is representing his ministry as the deputy minister.
Good afternoon. Let me say thank you to all the government ministers, the members of the legislature, and all of you for coming. But I'd like to ask my students to please stand up so that we can give them a big hand clap for turning up and coming for this program. Students, please stand up. All the students in the hall, please stand up. On very short notice and ask you to show up and you listen to us and you will hear. Thank you very much. You have the seats. I wanted the thing I get into, I can't talk to you if I won't talk far, I will try. But I can't be sure. So as the Ministry of Education, we're responsible to provide affordable, equitable, and accessible education, and to train the next generations of leaders, to train people, so that when all the people step away, you all can be ready to take over the leadership of the country. That is job of God. That means when we say education should be accessible, school should be near the place you live, so you can go to school. When we say it should be affordable, school should not be expensive. When we say it should be equitable, if you plan or you prepare, the school should be ready to host you, so that the job will get to do. So when we took over, when the government took over, the minister went all around the country because she wanted to know what was happening in the schools. She saw several things. One, she saw that most of our school buildings were dilapidated, spoiled, broken, damaged. She realized that most of the classes never had chairs, specifically in our public schools. She realized that most of our grandchildren were not going to school. Then she also found out that the school business was expensive for some of our people. So she went back to Morocco and she said, okay. Then she found thing she realized. She said most of the teachers that were in the classroom were now on government payroll. They were volunteer teachers. Then some of the teachers were underpaid. So she went back to Monrovia and she sat down with the government people, the president and the Minister of Finance. And they agreed on some things. One, they have expanded now 28 junior high schools to senior secondary because we want to decongest the classroom. The classroom were too packed. So we expanded 28 junior high schools we extended 28 junior high school to senior high schools so that we can make sure those graduating from junior high can go to high school right in their community. But beyond that, yes. So we told the school from 9th grade to 12th grade. So the people who finish in 9th grade can stay right in their community and go to 12th grade. So they don't have to travel to Kanta, Baga, or Monrovia to go to high school. So we have done that. We also said, she realized that most of our schools didn't have science labs, but we were sending our children to the national exam to do science, and we're giving them a hard time. So they put science lab in 28 of our high schools. And this academic year, the minister, the president, the government will put additional science lab in 50 more schools. So our children can be learning science. That process is already on. So we are buying science lab materials for 50 more schools, and we'll put it there. We have also put digital labs, computer labs, because our children can be going to school and they know computer. So we have computer in 156 schools, computer labs. We have a little over 200 senior secondary schools, high schools in the country. The minister is intentional. She said, because the government feeling, we want to computer lab in all the government high school. So our children can be learning computer when they go to school. So when they graduate from school, they go to college, computer they get in their hand. That's what we are going to do. So the government also realized that the chair they never have. So the president was the first to turn around. The president said, all the people who they told to come declare their asset, tell them what you get when you come in government. Some of them were dragging their feet. So the president called their money until they declare their asset. They get that money to the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Human Resources, and CSA. They were getting some more taxes. So we started buying chairs for the public schools. But the government itself is in the process of procuring the first 20,000 chairs for our public high schools. So we'll be bringing chairs to the school. So our children's learning condition can be correct. Additionally, one more minute. Additionally, Local has also agreed to give us additional 2,000 chairs. So we'll solve the chair problem. But the classroom, the overcrowding the classroom, plenty people in one classroom. The government said, okay, we'll start solving the problem small. So we pay 3 morning high schools in Kakata, in Banga, and in Kanta City. The president delegated all high schools. So in the morning schools, your children will now begin to go to morning schools right here in addition to the ones that we have. The government wants to build morning schools all over the place, but we started 3. So we'll try to bring it all across the campus. For the teachers that were volunteering, when the minister went all around, she realized that most of our teachers were not on payroll, but also most of them were not qualified. So we told the government, president, just start putting them on payroll. So the Minister of Finance gave us money to put 1,000 on payroll. But the minister said that 1,000 was small. So she said, okay, we'll get some teachers that we have hired on government payroll. They can go to the classroom where they're supposed to be teaching the same line Morovia or the same line Dada. So we went all around, those teachers, and we go to the classroom to teach. We took them from the payroll. So we added additional 1,100 volunteer teachers so that we can put 2,000 plus volunteer teachers on the payroll. Because they are the ones in our classroom teaching our children. So in addition to the 1,000, the ministry itself created additional 1,100. That process is on the way. They have right now, CSA is putting on payroll. We have over 787 that are coming on for September. Another 250 will come on in October. So that's what we're doing. Most of the teachers, the 1,100 teachers, we call them replacement teachers. 20% of them come from Nima County. Over 1,000 of those teachers that will be replaced, they will come from Nima County. Because Nima big, and free. Go ahead. But the president also said the people that are working, the teachers that are teaching our children, their money small. Let's ask them there. So they say they will put people money up small. So Ministry of Finance people say, okay. So that's how I put it up. Today we have put over 9, increase the salary, put the money up for over 9,000 teachers in this country. So today no teacher is making gross salary less than $185. Before some of them will begin $75. No teacher on government payroll is making less than $185. Those are the things that we're doing. Thank you. And all of that group, 20% from Nima again, because Nima is a big country, an important country. So we are doing plenty of things to help you, to help our children, so that we can do better. And by the time the government leaves, our classrooms will be better. Our students will have science labs. Our students will have computer labs, and our teachers will be better paid and better trained. We have now decided that every time school closes, we'll bring all the teachers together into the region, so we can get them what we call in-service training, so that we can get them additional training, so that when we go back, they can be able to teach our children. So plenty of good things happening in education, but they say I should start right now. Everyone get plenty to talk.
when we also went around, we realized that our children from K2 to 6th grade, they had some challenges. They were not reading well. They didn't know math the way they're supposed to know. So the government said, okay, for the next 5 years, we'll focus on foundational learning for 1st grade, from kindergarten to 6th grade. So the government went and found money, $89 million to invest in foundational learning. So the government said we're coming to 100 elementary schools all across the country. So our children can go to school. That's what the government does. And as part of that money, we will also train teachers. Kindergarten teacher, 1st grade teacher, all the way to 6th grade. So our children can be trained properly. Because they go this day, when you're not getting foundation correct, they can be hard when you go forward. They can be hard. So also, we're working to put current in most of our schools. Because in most of our communities, our people get learn to study, some of us study on lantern. So today, the government said they wanted that one from them. So our children can be having current in the school, so they can study online, so they can be encouraged to study.
Now, thank you very much. You can't finish now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. Now the minister then, making us still loyal. Now one more man move from the back there, he begin bring here. The message you do something before I go. You see that? So thank you. Papa is very good. Our men be here all day. Let me fry. Yala Babu. Yala Babu being here all day from morning time. That time. Yala. War crime court. War crime court. Yeah. So he will tell us what they've been doing, what they intend to do. So Jala Babu is the head of the War Crimes Court.
So distinguished members of the platform, Mr. Minister of Information, Jerry Limit Pierre, distinguished members of the platform brought here by Minister Pierre. How is Minister here? Our leaders of the white legislature, platform guests. My mom and my parent, my grandparent, hello. First, let me let you know my people that they walk around business, they will have plenty people inside here. But get us small. That is real women. But get us small. And the Muslim council. Please get us small. The broadcast for churches. Please get us small. 2 are you right there? Now Wimnet. Please get us small, boss man. Now the massacre people that the people who fighting for the people who were wounded and killed. Man, please get us baby. We have all of these people working along with us. And I'd like to say, they're not the only ones. The people you see right there, who are asking the question about the road being good, they are the persons with disabilities, the disability community, also work along. And thank you, Minister, for recognizing the children, the students. The students are a part of the process. And that's all. The people are part of our process. Now, thank you so much. Please have your seat. Mr. Minister, people of Liberia, we have not been existing too long, actually, as an institution with 10 months. So we came here to compliment everything that the people are saying here, especially what the Vice President will have said. But let me say to you, one of the things I'd like to compliment here is that this particular World Economic Crimes Code is very clear that Liberia all by itself has funded the World Economic Crimes Code 100%. 100%. All by itself. Every penny we have used in our bank account, every penny we have paid salaries, they teach us 1 year so that Liberia money. I want to make that clear. Today, The War and Economic Crimes Code was challenged by the President of Liberia. When I took over in November of last year, the President said to us, look, I do not want noise in that office, number one. Number two, I want full credibility. Number three, we must do this thing in time. I said, Mr. President, what do you mean by time? He said, look, as far as I'm concerned, elections in Liberia is not easy. We must ensure that the War and Economic Crimes Code and the Anti-Corruption Code are established within my first term. Meaning, between now and 2029, we must have the War and Economic Crimes Code working. We must have the Anti-Corruption Code working. For that reason, here's what happened. In April of last year, the legislature passed a joint resolution 001/24. Thank you so much. Then in that same month, the President approved the legislative joint resolution. The President took more time. He wrote and issued Executive Order number 131, establishing the code and appointing an executive director. The Liberian people will not have any leader who can listen to the people that are good leaders and do the right thing. The people are not happy, so the President went by, he changed it, he said, let's do it over. When they did it over by the grace of God, the President appointed me as executive director. In November of last year, I started work on November 1. We started going directly with what we're supposed to do. So what you have here is the roadmap. This roadmap says exactly where we're going and it's approved by the government of Liberia. So if you see the first one there in 2024, 2025, that's me right there. But that's just my appointment. All of the things we are doing, we expect, in short to say to you, next year, by this time, we'll be definitely sure that we have a courthouse existing and we are ready to start prosecuting people on the war, on the anti-corruption aspect. The President really believes that we will fight corruption in this country. Corruption is a human rights issue. It is getting people in trouble. The children can't have good school. The children can't have hospital. So we are going to fight corruption to a very, very serious way. I want to make this commitment at the peril of my life. That in November of 2026, we will prosecute people for corruption in this country. As you can see right here. 1 year after that, as the roadmap shows, we will prosecute people for war crimes. What is war crimes? And that's what I want to talk about a little bit. We fought war in the country, it was not easy. We kill each other in the country in all kind of ways. Some people cut people head, they cut people foot, they took up people eyeball. I want to talk about the bad they do to our man, our uncle, our pastor, our imam, all kind of bad things. Today, the President said, well, ever since we went 2003, we did the Accra Peace Accord. We came by, we established TRC, but nothing has happened. What are we doing? When we come to election time, the commitment and the promises can be easy. Election promise and not easy promise. When you're electing, I will bring heavy down. So the President said, during the election 2023, he told the Liberian people, he said, when you're electing, I will establish War and Economic Crime Code. Everybody said, what am I talking to? He said, trust me. In January 22nd, when the President was elected that day, to Capitol Building, the President will get a first address as President that day. After the finished body, he swear everything now. He said, I remember the time we were doing campaign? People say, yeah. He said, I told you, I said, I will establish war crime code. Today, I want to confirm. The President said that day, I want to confirm that I will establish war and economic crime code. Any president or anybody, any politician, who will tell people, say, when you do this for me, I will do this. That person will do it. He's a truthful politician. I want to thank the President for that. Going forward, we see clearly we've been doing this. But guess what? All the things we're doing, when the President issued Executive Order number 131, in that Executive Order, he said, look, the Office for the War and Economic Crimes Code will not sit up behind the desk and be renting people and bringing it in. To do it, you must go around and consult with people, talk to the people, and let them tell you what they want, why they want code or they want code. If they want code, what kind of code they want? If they really want any kind of code, what will it be like? What would the role be? What would they do? So we'll be going around all around the country to do so. I want to introduce right here Madam Asatu Baakine. I don't know who came us around the country. She has been doing it so well. I want to tell her thank you. And I say again, for all the places we've been going, the government of Liberia have been providing the money. I want to tell the international community, they've been supporting us, they've been talking to us, they've been helping us in terms of ideas. But again, I say, for every penny that has entered our account, it is the government money, that is the Governmental money. Why is that important? The government and people on Liberia say, we are the ones who want war crime code. We are the ones who want anti-corruption code. And not anybody who forced Liberia to have it. And said that anybody who forced Liberia to have it, then Liberia got to pay for it. It was rough in the country, it was not easy. I want to thank the minister sitting here. The minister and his boss man, they work with us for us to make sure we got money. Today, we are sure that we want to go to some other places. We're coming to go to Nigeria. We're coming to go to the Gambia to go meet other people there. It was never going to be possible if we had not been the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They are the ones who have been helping us to do that. Minister, thanks so much. So from all you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, we want to tell you that this World Economic Crimes Code, by the year 2027, which is phase 4, prosecution will start. For it to start, we have to consult. Right now, we are selecting people for training. We have the independent investigators who will go all around the country to talk to people. I want to beg our Liberian people then, when they come to you and you know you got some story, please let them know. While they sit down, tell them too. Say the way I want you want me to come and testify. You have a concern, you tell them your concern. Same way, when we come to you too, we say we ready to prosecute people, we want to get you to the court, you tell us too. Those of you who have been suffering, you're wounded, you're carrying bullets in your bodies, your state got all kind of so on you. Please stand up. This man right here is the one throughout who have been fighting for the people, for all of those. Your plea beneath is called Peterson Sonia. But guess what? This man is from Nima County. That Peterson Sonia. He has taken so much risk. Peterson wants to say thank you for your support. Want to say thank you for working for all the programs in the Is the war crime going to bring trouble? Will it bring war? President Obama is a man of peace. The people are people of peace. If the war crime will bring war, we're never going to say we want it. I want to let you know today the war crime will never bring war. It will reconcile us. I want to tell you that very well. As I sit down, I'm asking all of you support the process. Superintendent, please give me those things there. 1 minute. The superintendent is not here, but at least members of the county are here. You see, we came to this county here. The superintendent, the commissioners, the development superintendent, they all supported our effort here so much. I want to present this to the superintendent people here so that they can please. Thank you, sir. Oh, good. All right. So that document in my hand is a report to the president. It's a report of our update, and it's a report of the work that we did in Nima County here. We are going to meet the caucus and make a full submission of the same report and others. I also like to give copies of the road map. The big thing is here. I want to give a copy of it also to the minister, for the superintendent to be able to share around. This is a big one that put here, put one in your office, and put one to any other place. These are copies of our brochure. Everything about the office and the coat inside it. When the minister or the superintendent share it, they will have it. And finally, we don't have anything to do with the t-shirt and the cap. When the minister when the superintendent were inside in the morning, I should go around. I'm sure people will do the work and go doing well. Thank you very, very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so we gotta go. We can't be here all day. We gotta move fast. Let's hear from Commerce Minister Dagosa.
Public Works.
Where you going?
Public Works.
What place you can't wait here for what? Yeah, but we can't just go on. Huh? Okay, just hold this one, I don't mind that.
The minister of Public Works,
they are saying,
But we got big news for NIMBA coming from the Ministry of Education. Later we'll call up the Deputy Minister.
But there's another time for now. Don't do this, man. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. The NIMBA legislative caucus here, cabinet ministers, deputy ministers, other officials of government present, traditional leaders, citizens of Liberia.
You say you want to go, you will call them. Let me make it
members of the fourth estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Minister Roland Lafayette Guinness would have loved to be here, but because of other critical government assignment, he asked me to sit in for him as Deputy Minister for Administration, Minister of Public Works. I want to begin by saying the road to development is road. And so where we met the Minister of Public Works, we need to have an understanding before we roll out. When we were preferred to take over the Ministry of Public Works, we sent the engineers in the field. The World Bank also conducted an assessment in the African Development Bank in our engineers. We were able to come up with a data that the road network of Liberia, 13,000 19.20 kilometers. Liberia road network at that time. And the paved one was 1,211. So you have 11,808.2 kilometers unpaved in Liberia. This is the challenge of the rescue mission. So when we took over, the president, in his wisdom, after you sign a social contract with him by electing him, he said, my people will have to go home through Liberia. Nobody will pass through Ivory Coast to take laissez-passer before coming to Maryland, before coming to Grand Gide, before going to River G. So he came out with the one they call the people. He said, they call it presidential proclamation. No car gets stopped in the mud in major corridor. To our people there and to our people, President Waka say, Christmas time, New Year time, you must go home. So we went out. When he said that, we put our engineers out. In the western region, we identified the corridor from Buraville to Bao to Bopo. 44.5 kilometers for the 4.5 kilometers. We moved down to the northern region. We took it from Salanye to Vanyama, 150 kilometers. Passing when car couldn't pass there in July, August, and September. No car could pass it. We took it from Vanyama to Foya, 65 kilometers. We took it from Foya to Menikoma, 16 kilometers. We got that data. We came to the southeast. We took it from Bikiana to Saturday Town, 30 kilometers. Saturday Town to Sesto Junction, 35 kilometers. Sesto Junction to ITI, 40 kilometers. ITI to Greenville, 95 kilometers. Then we took it from Tabata to Zuekru, 110 kilometers. We took it from there. Then Plimo to Barclayville, 75 kilometers. And we awarded the contract 2 years for maintenance. Today, I can proudly tell you that President Waka, the story in this country, that rainy season, no car goes to the southeast. President Waka has changed that under 1 year, under 1 year, 8 months. So cars are now traveling. Cars are now leaving from here, especially in August, in July, August, and September, to go to Kapa, to go to Greenville, to go to Zuedu, to go to Pigo, to go to Vanyama, and to go to Bopo. Today, you can take your car from Chada taxi. You want to go to Kapa, you go. We did it under 1 year, 6 months. It's the raw aggression team in the raw sector at the Ministry of Public. We did that. Then we came to Monrovia. We zoomed Monrovia. It had not been the rain, you will not see one pothole in Monrovia. So we have patching, City Street patching. But the rain is now our friend. So by October, November, brace yourself because there will be huge traffic in and around Monrovia and across the country. All right? So for pavement, we have that. Then we have the road leading from Ganta for pavement to go to from Ganta to Saklipi, it's 39 kilometers. So we have that, and then contractor has up because it's funded 100% by government. Finance Ministry gave us some money, we pay the contractor, it's just the ring. They will go and complete that corridor. That is there. Then from Tapeta, from Saklipi to Tapeta, that is also only five. All of you know that the pavement is now in Tapeta. Kota is in Tapeta right now as we speak. Yes. So you know that. All right? Then from Tapeta to Town, then Town to BA border. From BA border to Zwedru is about 85 kilometers. The procurement process is ongoing. By December, we should have, from now to December, we should have contractors on that road. From Zwedru to John David Town is under procurement. John David Town to Putukan to Kelipo is under procurement. Then Kelipo to Fish Town, that is paved already one layer, and then we have the second layer coming. That is what we have this year. Alright, so meaning President Boakai and his son, Jeremiah Banko, have taken care of the left side of the southeastern region. They are taking care of it and complicated. That has been done. Alright. So the right side of it, we have it for maintenance for 2 years, but can I show you, cars will go all the way to Greenville, and then until we can move around and find financing, then we can pave those areas. In Monrovia, we have from Gabriel Tucker to Freeport, the Japanese are coming to pave it. So brace yourself, it's 1.9 kilometers that will be traffic. We're also paving from Freeport to St. Paul Bridge, 6.5 kilometers. The bigger one is from St. Paul Bridge to both other side, that is a paved fault, and that's going to be 4 lanes. We are doing a paved 4 lanes from there to Clay, from Clay to both other side, and then from Clay to Bonnie. We're going to look at it that way. So that is what we are going to do on the side. Thank you. Thank you very much. So the Melikoma side is under discussion with the African Development Bank. We are looking at that, and they arrived already from Salaye to Vanyama, you know, they went to Minister Gafuan and my boss, they went to Kuwait. They had a commitment, so that one is something that is a foregone conclusion. So we have that. That is covered. All right. Now, what we did also for the communities in Monrovia, we came up with the Sea Grade project. Minister of Finance gave us $1 million. So we can make intervention, whether that the Samokata Road, whether that Duazon, whether that Buraville will select a community road, we put in covers and make sure that we make them pliable, and then we will start going in now to make sure we can put pavement on there once the funding is available. But our people should see to have smooth surface riding road in Monrovia. We are doing that in that area. So we are not only concerned about our bridges. All of us are aware, by the selling time, there was an assessment made, and the European Union supported that assessment during peak hours of traffic. And they look at ERWA Junction. We came down to SKD Boulevard Junction. We moved to Catholic Junction, Vagoma, you name it. So we had it. So they did it, they finished with that. By 2016, Madaseli had a commitment from the Chinese government. So the Chinese government has come, and there was now a launch. Just this few days, the construction of the 2 overhead passes are now ongoing. You have one at the SKD Boulevard and one at the ministerial complex. That is ongoing now as we speak. That's not what we're doing. People left from Nimba. Before you go to Bapolo, you have to traverse from Nimba to Bond County, to Mangini, Maserado, Puraville, before you go to Bapolo. President Walker and Jeremiah will say, no, it can't happen. You got to pay the bridge, connect from Bond County, let go to Bapolo. We're constructing the Quiet Bridge right now. We are constructing the Quiet Bridge right now. So that can happen. That is not all. You see, right in Monrovia, you want to go to Ray Hill, there's traffic in Douala. So President Walker said, well, what happened? Why you can't put bridge to Negruton, to join it to Island Clinic, and pass and get to a farm? That contract is signed. That bridge construction, this dry season is starting. Alright? That is not going on. So if you don't have anything doing in Douala, you just pass that way, you go. The Kapa road you're seeing, they are all under contract. We're only waiting for the dry season to come, then we'll be able to handle it. But that's not all. Problems. The yellow machine, I want to let you know. For now, I want to put it to January so I can be on the safe side. But they put in a showing order for now, December. They got 285 pieces of yellow machine will be here. And you know what I mean? Each and every village that 100 to 50 to 100 human beings living will open road to go there. That's what it is. That's what we're about. That's what the environment is talking about. All right? That's what we're talking about. The yellow machine from the local aid. That's not that. If you get to Monrovia now, we put in street light. If you get around, we put in the street light. In fact, for now, December, Clara Town, Mobile Town, Bangal community, we're going to put street light. We'll cover all those areas. It's going to be done. That's what we are doing. That's what the rural sector is doing. Now, new project. We now have Bojacket to Liverpool. We got Greenfield to Bojacket. We're going to take care of those ones. This coming dry season. New Georgia Junction to New Georgia, we're going to pave that. These are new projects that are coming a lot. But I know we don't have much, we have a big envelope. The time is very short. 2 more minutes. Thank you. You know we have all operation people who can handle it in a short period of time. So this is where we are. President Walker and your son, Jeremiah Wanakun, have changed the whole story in this country. Rainy season, no car goes to Southeast, no car goes to Lofa, no car goes to Bombay. That story is changed as I speak to you now, especially in July, August, and September. Cars are not traversing to those areas. This is what President Walker has done. All right? This is what President Walker has done. Thank you.
Thank you. Public Works, a round of applause for the Minister of Public Works. John, who's on our list?
Well, our old man now, Professor Magaya. Thank you. That's the beggar, right? That one play your own right. I don't be playing beggar right in here. With the good worker.
Legislature of this great county, our fellow police, ministers and deputy ministers, our religious leaders, our youth women traditional leaders, citizens of Nima County. You all how everybody doing today? So today we are under the power. So we'll not be speaking no big people here today. Because we want everybody to understand what we have said here and what we say here, so that we can go back to our villages and we different moments we'll be able to talk about it there. So we come from the Ministry of Commerce. And let me first say thank you to Charlie. Let me say thank you to you and your team for such a coordination. You know, this government is about, we have one vision, one mission, one president, and one action. So if we all just collaborate and coordinate, we'll all just use a smooth ride. So I want to say thank you to your team, and we look forward to actually working together and going beyond where we are today. We come from the Ministry of Commerce. The Ministry of Commerce is a ministry, it's an office. Their office here is supposed to control anything that comes in the country. That is the price. We're supposed to control the price, and we're supposed to be able to protect you. Well, protecting you in a sense that when anything that comes in the country that is not good, we're supposed to look at it first in the country, and at that time we didn't know what they call cancer. We didn't know what they call high blood pressure. We didn't know what they call sugar, like diabetes. We didn't know all these sicknesses. All we knew that when somebody gets sick, they die. They would say, oh, somebody wish the person you. And that kind of thing we used to take up, we used to talk all the time. So we realized that some food were coming here. It was not good. Some of the food you see in the market, some of the chicken you see is green. Some of you see it brown, some of it is slippery. So someone said, well, market to your school in the market, you don't know what we're talking about here. So the president and your own son, Jeremiah Kun. And let me tell you here, the president made no mistake to have carried Lima County and most especially Jeremiah Kun. Because this man has the same vision, he has the same thought, and he has the same action in moving problems. So we have come to you. We are from the Ministry of Commerce. We have come to say to you, we are here, and our responsibility is to make sure that anything you bring in the country, we must test it from or see it. We got one other offer we call the standard lab. That offer there, that the offer that we can put the team on to check it to see whether it's good. Then we talk about the business. You know, in the Ministry of Commerce, that trade. But I won't use that word trade. I want to use the business. The selling business. Now for you to sell your small thing in. And to sell the small thing in, we have to do plenty to sell it. So we say we are here for the big words, say trade, we say for the road. And the reason why we call the Ministry of Public Works our ally. You know why? Because if we are responsible to make sure that business people are moving freely, then the road will be there for them to pass. So that's why you see we are working very close with the we are working closely with the Ministry of Public Works so that we will be able to see what we want to do. Now, the business people, we want to start with agriculture. That brother revenue will be the last thing for here. The business people, those of you that eat agriculture, that trade, in the Ministry of Commerce, that's what we are responsible for. To make sure that we protect you, we make sure that you invest, we make sure that you get a small profit, and we make sure that we protect you and do all that we're supposed to do. But for us to do it, now, we and you got to work together now. So now, if I say I want to protect you, and they may bring a ratty chicken, let me say chicken, they may bring a ratty chicken. And you know what the ratty chicken, you know the chicken they make and sell it $50. The real one, the good one, they make and sell it $50. But because they made like a friend, they may bring a message to you, fat enough. Then you go, you tell you the market, you set the same price, but you know what happen? Anything that happen to you will happen to us at the Ministry of Commerce. Because even if I'm not eating that chicken then, I got family people that are eating it. I got sister, I got brother, I got family members that are eating it. And that no chicken that you see in the market, so you see green, so I can bring all the big sickness there. Then we know one person gets sick 2 days, they say, oh, they may hear what they had to down, or they don't want to hear what they had to down, or somebody already last night she down, and they think yes so. So that we can tell you, we can protect you and to control the price. Because we say, the only mail or the other mail will tell us, yes, that's true. You tell us, you will believe it. But you in the market, I got to help us all around to work together to build it to your work. And to make it work, that means you got to be my friend, I'll be a friend. So that we can do it together. To do it together, you got to be friends with each other. You can't lie to me, I will not lie to you so that you can make it work. Now, the Ministry of Commerce is to make sure that people trade. That means for people to do their businesses freely. So we say at the Ministry of Commerce, we want to work along with other people so that they can be able to clear the place. Like for example, if you came from local tour, sometimes when you get to the checkpoint, that plenty of things happen that the show like people say bottleneck. People calling you, cancel, go so, cancel, go so. We say we want all that thing in there. So we're working along with LRA, with custom, with even the free people who bring it from all over the country. We're working along with them so that all that long thing that people tired. The business may not like tired. You know, we don't get tired. You want to do a business program, go in, we do our business program, we go. But we got somebody on the side that telling you say cancel. Can't pay money, but you're not going to see what you agree to it in our problem then. So that's why we want to tell you that the reason why we are here. The government in Nima, I didn't even know the government place in Nima. I saw the picture. I thought we're in different country. Tourism. The big word about tourism. No far places than what you get. In Bokande, you got the Patami, where the water falling. You got something beautiful in that too. People come from all over to come see that place. And when they come see that place, they all that want a business. They bring money to the country and they bring development to the country. So that way we are there to also make sure that we work along with those people. But we want to say to you two here now, that their business that you're doing, you got to do it correct because you got benefit there. You know the benefit? If you do, just have plenty of money from the World Bank to get the small business people. So when you register now, they won't know you to get some of that money there. So they got big money like that, they divide it with the people there. But you need to be on that list. And you know what I mean? So now we tell the people money, we can run away. Ain't that true? We tell the people money, let me sell it for the year, get a year. Then you move way to Grand year. They go looking for you. So when people say this time, they'll give you in. They call it SMEs and small, medium business people in. Those small enterprises, I want you to be well. The small business people, they want to give it to you. But how do you give it to you now? So all that thing that I see, my uncle, my said, now you work with president, you know what I'm talking about. So all these things, we say that do it together. But to do it together now, you gotta be fair with me, I'll be fair with you. They will make it work, they'll be smooth. So just about that, Jeremiah will say, we won't bring that thing to our people, so we can strengthen our people. We are the ministry of Kapa, so strengthen you. When you weak, we so lift you up. But when we lift you up now, you gotta stay up there. You can't run away from us. When you run away from us, then there's a problem now. Yeah, so that's what we're saying. So this week now, the president said to us, he said, I gotta help my people. But how do I help my people? The hardship too much. So how do I help my people? So what we want to do, I will set up a special committee. So you can look at the list and see what happened here. Because of the red price up, tomorrow it got down, today the material up, it got down, and every day is on duty. So he set up the committee here. He said there's so much confidence, trust in your son. He said, so you will lead it here. But the Ministry of Commerce, you will work with them too. They need different ministries. That's supposed to work, and we are working. So today, I want to take all the time and say, give me 5 minutes, so I can hurry up. Oh, okay, John. Thank you, John. So, no, I'm not getting you. I want to come from the Ministry of Agriculture. So, the president said, let's do it today. You're going to look. Because when I said that you won't be us. People are saying that they really won't be us. Why you be us? Once you are, you ain't going to buy it. So the president said, you're going to look at that one and two, you're going to look at the building material. When you're look at the building material, you're going to look at the cement. When you're looking at the cement, you're going to look at the other one and all the things that you need, you're going to look at it. The things that you really need. So we're working on that. We are receiving some meetings, the Ministry of Finance, the rest of the team, including your own son, your son here in that committee. And we are working and to make sure that all of these things are on the right path so that the little in the village, her son can come to Monrovia or come to Sunny Pole here and buy one zinc, one bundle of zinc, buy one steel rod, buy one bag of cement. Do what you're supposed to do so that you can put shelter on your head. So he said, I will use my vice president to spearhead it in there so all of you can work in. So right now we are working. We finish now with some of the things, and so the thing we finish with flour. The flour price, we drop it. We got the chili air cartoon. In Bobby, the Diamond Company that are doing the chili air. Today the chili air cartoon are getting along. Tomorrow I want to the next day I 5,000 along. So we went there, we visited the people there. We said, come here, my friend. If you said the chili air 50 right before, when the real high, why is that the so? So right now the chili air price, it's just $50. You go to Bobby. And the wholesale price there. When you go to the small station, and they put $1 there, they put $150 there. So you can for the transportation. So you build a bring it, you sell it to me, you get something. So the Ministry of Commerce, I want to buy for it, and we want to make sure that you yourself, when your business, when you start your business, when you can grow, because that's not a hand to mouth. So you do small business, you finish when you finish cooking, all the money finish. And not that you want to run away, no. But because the thing is so high. But when you finish selling the profit, everything is done. So yeah, I was there. So the cement, we're working on it. The building material, we're working on it. We talk to the people to make sure that all the people that are bringing things there, and to us, for us at Commerce, the business, you got to register the business. You can open the door and put business registry. Like you put one paper, the paper that they ready to put your name there. That means the paper you can put inside.
But when you don't put it there now, there's a problem. I don't get an inspector and the whole can and you can't check. So all I want you to do that money. And I want you to forget, November, I'm talking about a big program to recognize you. And you gotta try the kind of thing that you're selling. You bring it, I say you go buy it in the store. The way you do agriculture, go buy it in the store. Go over your farm. The cassava you plant there, you bring it. The area you plant there, you bring it. People will be there to buy it. People will be there to buy it. See the cassava, the agriculture minister, I think you will explain that to you better. Even the tablet you take, that's from cassava. So you see cassava, you plant it in. So bring it in there, and can put it outside the post here, and they will be able to buy from you. And you know your price, that price will not be the price here. Because we'll sell a price where you will have your profit from there, your transportation, you take from here to Nima, Kenya, all will put it there and will make sure that they buy it from you. And I just
thank you. The bag of rice is coming.
The bag of rice.
Yeah, now you're last thing.
The bag of rice. Finally, the bag of rice. The committee, your own son who head in this committee, he has said to us, and we all have agreed. We visited the rice importers. There are 6 major importers. So we said to them, this is the situation. And for me as the Minister of Commerce, the market 3 or 4 months ago, that Liberians will bring rice now. Liberians will have 18 to 20 new Liberians that bring in rice. Rice is here now. So we told them, they rest here. They brought war. They change president. They came president. They play the thing. So they want to pay them. We want our government to enjoy and our people to enjoy our citizens. So the rice, we say here now, the rice is $14 at the wholesale price. $14, the wholesale price. When you go to the wholesale buy the rice, they'll give you for $14. They will put 50 cents there for your profit. They will put 25 cents there again for your transportation. So the total will be about $75. So you bring it to whatever you are, 75 cents. You'll be 75 cents. That's 75 cents, that's your transportation and your profit. Now, if the rest is $14.75, you will look at the rate. Central Bank said $200 to $1. So if you look at that rate, the rate that you buy here, that is $200. You will take that rate, you will calculate it, and you pay for the rice. And you pay for the rice. So I was just in Brazil yesterday. I bought 2 bags of rice for $2,800. One other place I went again, I saw bag of rice again for $2,750. So you know I bought from that man, and I bought from the other man because I wanted to really find out. And I found out yesterday evening that the rice is still there. Some places $2,750, some places $2,800. It has not reached $3,000. So we want to tell the president and Jeremiah, who is the vice president, we want to tell you for his committee, his commitment, his sincerity to moving our country forward. Thank you. Please buy rice $14 and 75 cents. Wherever you are. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Madam Minister.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Governmental Hall, Kapa Kulono, a second leg today at Sanikwele. We are left with just 3 more people. We'll be very strict with the 5 minutes so we can pack off and leave here. And that's today is the Minister of Labor, is it not? Minister of Lands and Mines. We must pay
Mines and Energy.
Yeah, Land, Mines and Energy here. Labor here?
Yes, the Minister of Labor, Councillor Kupa.
All right. Thank you.
Councillor Kura, please take the microphone.
I tell you, will be brother. Councillor Yamiyo.
Good afternoon, our platform guests, ladies and gentlemen. We want to also remember and address our traditional chiefs, elders, and villagers, leaders in this war. You know, the Ministry of Labor deals with workers. And sometimes where we have had a meeting like this, every time we leave, sometimes there's a little bit of confusion because we would say something that is like an eye opener. We did it in one company at Meta Steel. When we left, the workers made a claim of up to $700,000 in overtime and other payments. So again, I hope that what we will say here will also help some of our people. But let me start by saying that, labor deals with workers. But in Liberia, there are two types of workers, and there are two laws that deal with workers in Liberia. Sometimes most people do not know. If you work in the public sector, you will find yourself under what they call the civil service standing order. That means you are not accountable to the Decent Work Act that we administer. If you work in the private sector, it means you are answerable under the Decent Work Act of 2015. For example, if you are a teacher and you were fired, you were dismissed, and you think your dismissal was illegal, if you want to take that complaint, you will not come to the Ministry of Labor. You will take the complaint to the Civil Service Agency. They have a board to investigate illegal dismissal. If you work in the private sector, for example, you work for Better Steel, and you are dismissed, if you want to take the matter up, then you come to the Ministry of Labor. We have 15 counties, and in each county we have labor commissioners. There you direct your complaint, and they will look into your matter. But a few things we want to touch here today. For example, at the Ministry of Labor, we try to look into working conditions because the Decent Work Act has provision, certain job, what are those conditions that should be there, how much you are supposed to be paid. Those are all laid down in the law. For example, for people who work in the private sector with companies and individuals, the minimum salary is $143 US. $143. So if you work for a company, if you work for even an individual who has a business that you work for, the minimum salary they are supposed to pay you will be $143. This also covers our people with security guard service. If someone has security guard service, the security guards you see here, they are supposed to make not less than $143. And if you work in these institutions or with companies and you are being paid less than $143, you have a right to bring that to the attention of our labor commission in the county. We will look into it. There are other information which sometimes is good to share with the public. For example, if you work with a company or with even an individual who has a company or business you work for, you are supposed to work 48 hours a week. If you work more than 48 hours a week, that excess hours is supposed to be treated as an overtime. In addition to that, normal working hours in a day is supposed to be 8 hours. But within that 8 hours, you are entitled to 1 hour of lunch period. You must have a lunch break. If you work 8 hours in the morning, 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and without lunch break, you are entitled to 1 hour every day as overtime. Because I'm touching this because we went to a company and they have a factory. And the workers go up for 2 years, we work from in the morning to in the evening hours without lunch break. So we asked the management, is that true? They confirmed it. So we made them to pay the worker 1 hour every day of overtime for 2 years. they have to pay that, and they did. So these are some of the working conditions, but they are more than just paying you. People who work in certain industry must wear through the what you call protective gear, and we have people who look out for those. If, for example, you work in a hostelry, they are supposed to give you something that will cover you so that your exposure to the cold will not give you pneumonia. If they fail to do that, that is a violation of our law. You have a right to bring that to our attention. We'll look into it. They will give you something like a special boot to wear. It's an industrial wear that you put on to go in that place. And people who work, for example, in the store that sells cement, for example, they are supposed to give you mask to put on your nose so that you cannot inhale the dust. Because if you do, you will get sick. These things are in the law. Sometimes if people do not know, if you are not aware, people take advantage of you. That's why we think the Ministry of Information did well to have established the town hall discussion. At this place, you get some education. You go back, those of you who might be working in those areas with us, you go back with little education and say, I'm working 8 hours a day, but no lunch for me. Maybe I have to go talk to the labor commissioner. It is your right to find out. And if you went to a labor commissioner and your employer say, look, because you went there, I'll fire you, that dismissal will be considered wrongful dismissal, and we can make them to put you back on job. So you have a right. 2 more minutes, sir. You have a right. Yeah, but thank you very much. But again, let me close with these, with a few other words. That, we did a couple of things in many industrial areas. We know that people who work in certain industry, take for example in the rubber industry in Glasgow, because of the introduction of NASCO, what was happening was they once you reach a retirement age, they give you a letter and say go to NASCO. The last time I visited Glasgow, this is what we did. We were able to convince them that yes, NASCO payment process is a long process. So someone who worked for you, what used to happen before was if you are retired, they pay you 1 month for each year of service. When NASCO was established, they called it off. We went back to them and said, oh, yes, even though the law costs it up, but we are human beings now. Somebody who worked for you for 40 years, and you retire them, then you then give them paper and say, oh, that is not fair. So we're able to get them to agree, and we sign onto it, that when somebody works for you, when they are retired, you pay them 2 weeks for every year of service. That is now being enforced, defined through and live. These are jobs, I mean, and let me say the last thing, the president has been very concerned about employment for Liberians. When we talk over, we notice that most of these companies, they bring a lot of foreigners, and most of our Liberian workers find it difficult to find jobs. So the president told me, look, told my team, what can we do to help Liberians? The first thing we did was, okay, anyone who works in the formal sector, if you want work permit to work in Liberia, you will have to publicize the job for 30 days in the newspaper before we can give you work permit. We started that. We think the information was not going around. So the last thing we just did, about maybe a couple of weeks ago, is that, okay, the work permit for $1,000. So we appealed to the president approved that we have to adjust the work permit from 1,000 to 3,000. We think by doing this, it will discourage the people from just bringing all the Indians and the Turkish in Liberia to be able to focus on the recruitment of Liberians in these industrial areas. That 3,000 is the force right now. And we are observing that a lot of them are thinking that they need to send people back. They are now trying to focus on the recruitment of Liberians. This is a good news for us. Thank you. This is a good news for us. And I want to thank you. Mr. Conley, again, we want to just recognize all the efforts you made. We've been following your effort. and you are working for the Liberian people, and I do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. Thank you so very much.
All right, we got two more people. Our man Sekou Kulono has been here almost all day. I think we will take him next. Sekou is the Minister of Post and Telecom. So Sekou will take 5 minutes with us. Thank you, Sekou.
Thank you very much. Let me just tell you thank you. I grew up in this city. I went to school here, very Central School. This particular hall, when I left this hall, it was in this one. The kind of development I've seen is great. She's doing very well. The Minister of Post and Telecommunications, let me say this, we're engaged in two activities. One, the ministry, the postal side, and the telecommunication side. In post, our responsibility is to ensure that our people live routine in your central America, Europe, and the one that comes from there, we receive them and deliver it. So we took over. The first thing, there were a lot of complaining about people mail that is missing. We put in place a system that today when you send your bill, you have a tracking number, that we call a tracking code. That wheresoever your bill is, you'll be able to know exactly when you reach the destination. It will like us, it will inform you. Whenever your bill comes, you see it. One of the postal program, Liberia never had a unique digital postal address system. So honor this administration. In fact, let me just say this substitute to you. When President Walker launched the digital fund transformation, I was sitting by him. He said to me, Minister, BBT, DBT. I asked him a question, what do you mean by BBT? He said, born before technology. So I want you, even that happen, is to make sure that your activity covers the entire country. So with that, we developed a national digital postal address system, working along with other partners. So today, we are rolling it out. We started from Monrovia, that is R2, up to Central Monrovia. So even now, people of this county, if you want an address for your home, for your business, anything for that matter, you can get an address. So by January, we will launch the program in River County. And the strategy, whenever we move in the county, we hire people that will employ people to do it. So you can test it. If you want it before that time, you can put in for you, you can do a dress. That when people looking for your investment or where you live, your business, you not be directing them. By the time you gave them the number of your home, you will drive all over the world, direct it to like you know what I mean. Those are all using computer, the cell phone, maybe you have a laptop, if you use the system, it will direct you, it will speak to you, and direct you to that particular address, the exact address. So this is what we are putting in place, we're going to roll it out throughout
country. Now, our post offices in the 15 counties. Togo is not looking good. To refurbish all of our offices, we started with Minga, Bomo, and Montreal County. So we've done 7 post offices here in Sankule, downtown, and secondly in your county here. So we have a post office that is actually looking up to date today. So those of you sending your pony, your garbage, your kaya, maybe all the other food stuff, today the Ministry of Post and Telecom will ship it to you without any problem. Let me show you go back the regulation. At the post, also introduce a scan system. That means there's a system to put in place to scan all of your items that you send. Because you know, every situation, every setting, you got a lot of code. You don't want to go sending, things that is not good. I was calling people, so we bring it there, we scan it, make sure that it's clear, and you say that garbage, make sure that garbage before you leave the country. So the telecommunication side, again the president, he wants to see all of you, our people, to have access to internet and communication. So in our wisdom, our strategy that we develop, the local connect school and city Wi-Fi and digital village. That would help us to bring communication and internet to our people, especially school. Here in Sankule, at the university here, I was here sometime last year to launch the Wi-Fi here that today people are using it around the city, people can access internet. That also help to upskill our students in various schools so that they can do their research online in school. Businesses around here, they can also engage into activities when it comes to internet.
One more minute, sir.
Oh. All right. So, because of that, the time we have done a lot in the sector, and we will have the time. Next time we'll be able to explain that. But there's one good thing that we have done: regional integration. That is key to Liberia and to our people. People are doing business trade across border. We integrated internet services with Sierra Leone, Africa, Ghana, and Guinea with John and Governmental. But right now it's active with Sierra Leone. You can take your SIM, your mobile SIM, whether orange or Lusa to Sierra Leone, you do that free roaming. You do a call from Sierra Leone and you in Liberia without cost. No cost that. So people in Sierra Leone will come to Liberia with a SIM, they're not changing it. When you go to other countries, you go to SIM card to buy, to be able to communicate home. No. So you go to Sierra Leone today, you test it, it's working, you come from there, here as a Sierra Leonean, you're not changing your SIM card. Liberia, when you go there, you're not changing your SIM card. You communicate as if you're in Liberia without any cost attached to it.
Thank you.
You also try it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Sekou Kroma, the Minister of Posts and Telecommunications.
All right, last. Before that, it's good to blow you on too, eh? My people will come close now. Let us answer each other. Hey, good to blow you on. Yes. So we've been working in this country for years. A lot of the work that we LMDR do, we don't get money for. I just wonder how we get to do it, but God did. So we have recently set up our radio station purely for this kind of work. As we speak, this program we on is on Radio Z-Money for free for the government. Most of what we do in Liberia, we do free for the government. As we speak, internet is relayed in this place where Elon Musk Starlink working there for us and transferring data to Monrovia so that we get air there. We are Liberians who will die anyway. You can't care all we. That's part of my work, to leave some things with Liberia. So Radio Z-Money or Radio Z 90.3 is working to be on the air for 24 hours. We hope we succeed in that. We just set that up. We did some test transmission. We had ourselves in Bombing, and we had ourselves in Ratala from Monrovia. For coming new and reaching that far, to know that we do good, but no cussing on that radio. No Prophet King, no Henry Costa, no Yenge Kobe. I know that you're a friend. I know I'm stepping on your toe. But these things that they are doing is hampering the country. Insulting on the radio, in our public space, for power is wrong. We're teaching young people to know nothing but cussing. When they want anything from you, they gotta cuss you first. You better let's stop it. Thank you. The last one.
Thank you, John. Thank you. And this is the government town hall organized by the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. The Minister of Mines and Energy. You will take the microphone.
Remember? I met all the ET ain't that fun. Tell them.
5 minutes is nothing to me. Because by the time we start telling you all that we have done, but anyway, my people, you're hello. You now come far, and you're not still down here. All the things you're not here about government supposed to do this, agriculture, people want money for people to live farm. Business people got to get money, so that people can get money in our pocket. Poor people got to pay road, and money can do it. We now beg people outside for too long, but God finished giving us everything that we need to build our country. And those things are right here. And who we are in Lima County, where iron ore been coming out of the country for a year. That iron ore that been coming from here, they now build Bethlehem in the US. They build Sweden. But then when the company there, what happened? Nothing. So President Boakai and his government say he told us, he said, women, I will not sign any concession, any company, no company will come to Liberia and get money, business here. The same way it been happening, we're not do it like that. In my time, we're not happy. The first thing we do, let's start with the railroad. The railroad from Tokadi to Bikina, that railroad will not just use it. One company will now own it and use it, the railroad for the country. Right now, as we are speaking right here, we just signed an agreement with one company in Guinea to transport their iron ore through the railroad to Bikina. And just yesterday, when we signed our agreement, just yesterday, another company, another mining company in Guinea, they call it Niba Development Company. They have an agreement with Guinea to be shipping iron ore, to take their iron ore from Guinea to San Pedro and Abidjan. And the company say that distance is 2 times the distance from their place all the way to Bikina. We just talked with them and they are also coming here to shape their iron ore through Liberia. That means more jobs for our people. It means more of our people will get employment, will get jobs. Some of the things we have done, the president said, let's check all the agreements. ArcelorMittal agreement, Western Cluster agreement, let's check them. And make sure everything that is in those agreements are not right, we take it from there. That's why sometimes you can hear the noise. And we do that. We go far with that. The only thing we'll say to you, we'll appeal to you is, sometimes these companies, the people that come to our country to do business, they're not here because they like the country. They're here because we get something that they want. Sometimes when they come to the country, when they come to Niba or Bon, they look for all the hard-headed men and women. The few hard-headed people, they take them, they put them on payroll. By the time any other thing happen, when government says no other people go on radio, they say the company is doing well. They say the company is doing very well. The government don't want to do this. The government has to sign agreement. So the president said we should tell you the way we putting our feet down, you're supposed to stay behind us. So we can do the right thing for you to benefit. You're sending your children to school. Some of your children doing geology, they're doing engineering. Then they will bring somebody from way Jamaica to come do the same thing in Liberia here for ArcelorMittal, for Western Cluster and all of that. And the law said the Ministry of Mines and Energy can send these children that go to school. This year alone, we send about 89 of your own children to work for companies. Some of them, we know them. Once you take geology in school, once you get a paper, once you take any engineering, you just come to the ministry, you bring your paper. I'm telling you, some of those children are working, and every time new company comes to Liberia, we will make sure that that company take 2% on a lesson. If we say we want our people to get money, we want our people to make money, to live good life, we got to do it. The last thing I will say is sit down. All the big companies in Liberia that we give contractor for 25 years or sometimes we carry in from the ArcelorMittal, they can pay $50,000 for license, iron ore. That $50,000 US they pay for 25 years. When you divide it by 25, it means big company like ArcelorMittal is paying $2,000 every year for license. So what we did, we checked all around the world. We went to Sierra Leone. A company in Sierra Leone is paying $1 million US for license every year. But here in Liberia, we say $50,000 for 25 years. So we change it. The ministry change it. Right now, we got new fees that they will pay. We work with the Ministry of Finance. They will pay. We say, okay, we want to go way up. We want to start from somewhere. So they will pay. By the time their license finish, every time now they will be paying $500,000 US every year for license. So all the other companies, if you doing diamond, you will pay. If that the thing they call class A, the company the ArcelorMittal, Western Cluster, China Union, they will be way up there paying that money. So if you are a company that they're doing, maybe you're doing gold or you're doing diamond, you get your own pride that you're supposed to pay. We change that. Time out there, down there, I'll come and show everything for you to see. And you want to ask the people. Some of the other small companies go, if I tell you last year, they get one company in Liberia, last year, they go, they can take from here every week. Every week. Last year alone, they sent out more than $1.3 billion worth of gold. That's just one company alone. Our budget, the full year. Our budget is even $1 billion, but the company that working here is making more than $1 billion every year, or more than $25 million every week. So we said no. So the president said no. He and the government, we sat down and said, well, let's check. They sent out when we checked, we said, now we work. The reason why things are like this because we get our own company as a country. ArcelorMittal is supposed to give up 15% of every profit they make every year. But they tell us for all the time they be here, they're not making profit. Because you know the reason, because we're waiting for them to tell us what they're making. That what we did, the Lord are there, that tie all together, that Lord making half for us. So we say we're changing that. So government right now, we're working with central bank, and what happening, the good thing that happening in the world now, like there are far there in the community that all the men, the money men, they want to run after that guy. So we got to take advantage of that. We got to use it. The iron stay hard, we got to bend it. That's what the president doing with us. So we say we buy our own gold. Like we are coming by our own gold. And the Lord there to back us. When we buy our own gold, that's why you see a lot of the things changing. And every day the president called me and said, well, you know what? I don't want anything for myself. They make life better for our people. They change life for our people. Let young people get opportunity for job. But let me tell you this, let me end with this because the time short. The time short. Trust some of us. You know us. We never lie. By the end of next year, your country will be different. For the money sector. Look at even electricity, because I'm also responsible for electricity. I heard some of the people are talking about electricity and all of that. Those who live in Monrovia, they know that the story of electricity is changing. Street lights coming, we bring street lights to all our BB cities. Street lights will go all the way to places like Kapa. We now start already. We now start in Riverside and other places. Places like Yapatan and all the other communities. And I'm telling you, nobody will build our country. Only Liberians will build Liberia.
Thank you.
So I want to thank you. Thank you so much for this time. Honorable Minister, thank you. John, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, may we rise together. Stand up small. Stand up small to shake up we've been sitting down. Let's get ourselves, all of us together. A big hand clap. Pick up for yourself. For such a long time. Now have your seats so we can stay there long. The lesson we are taking, 3 women, 3 men. You get up, you say, I want to add a person to that person. After those 6 people will close and go. The man with the black, wait to the microphone over there. Right.
Okay. 3 women,
3 men.
3 women.
Please line behind that man.
Okay, you. Hey, student. Okay, you. Please come.
Yeah, people, man. Only 6 people, man. Everybody can talk.
Hey, it's a student. Wait. Come. 3 women, 3 men.
Thank you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hey, they're stepping the home, man. All right, let's go. Number one. What's going on, man? Hello.
When I was growing up.
Hello. When I was growing up, who you talking to? Who you want our person to pay?
It's for agriculture in the school system.
Yeah, one system. When you were growing up, forget that. Ask the question.
When I was growing up, I used to see the schools, especially the elementary schools, there was a school feeding program that kept the children in school every time. But now when you go to the villages, and by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, school is off, especially for the children from primary downward.
So you want the school feeding program we can use? Thank you.
When the president established
the
listen to the man. To sustain the program, the school feeding program for the children.
Thank you. Hello. No, wait. Hold on. Get in town. We're not hearing you. Repeat what you said quickly.
I said in schools in Liberia, especially in Nimakan and the village, just if you go there now, about 10, 11 class schools are over. And when we were growing up, we used to see careful and other things. What is the school school assistance program agency doing to sustain the school feeding program for children in our county?
Thank you. Who's that? Kapa, Minister of... But remember what it's saying now. Do you remember that? Pick up on it quickly. Yes.
My name is Wisdom Estan, a student from San Luis Central School.
Thank you. Your point, quick.
So my point is going to a representative from the Ministry of Education.
Okay.
All right. We, the students of Liberia, we have many challenges, and he elaborated on few, but here is one of the critical ones that he has to address it. So my question is about the job creation for a high school student. We, the student, upon graduation, we don't have job to do. So I'm appealing to Minister Jaso Somijala to check the curriculum or to pre-compose criteria that will give opportunity to the students.
I said they play noise. Hello, man, they play here. You can't hear the people.
Alright, to give us the opportunity to partake in the job in Liberia.
No, but for them to stop over there. We don't have job for high school people to go to college. So, talk something like, what do you want to go to college? Thank you. Next person. No. Yeah. He said, I don't know that. Brother, where's talent? Where? Brother, where's talent? Right there. He's a third person.
President of the Rural Disabled Community. My question is directed to the education department. Person with disability, especially at the rural area, he talked about education being accessible or available. The issue of disability, especially people who cannot see, they cannot talk. How is education being accessible to them when the teacher training program is now covering them? Thank you.
All right. What the other person? Mama, you still got 3 in the line? Okay.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate all of the presenters. My question is directly to the Congress, because we listen to all giving us the price of rice in US dollars. We are in Liberia, we are learning to love everything about Liberia. But then our prices in Liberia is in foreign currency, while Liberia has its own currency. So I rather want to know if there's any reasons that Liberia will not use their currency or will always use foreign currency. I will be actually just taking a look at. I'm Judah.
Hello? We're going to play noise and 1 to 4. We're close. 1, 2.
almost at 4 and we'll pack our load. You're not keeping quiet.
I'm G-Love to our paying graduates from the Levi Martin Baptist High School. So my question is directed to the Minister of Education. So my question is, since they mentioned about education being accessible to everyone, and we realize that in private institutions, we are using outdated curriculum, we are lacking laboratory of science and other resources to help us improve in our studying. Now, we see all of those things in the national test, which is the WASP, and we find it very difficult to pass in those tests. So what are some steps that the government of Liberia are taking all the governments to pass in WASP, because we realize that we are the future leaders of this country. So there are steps they need to take to help us.
Question finished.
Hello. My name is Kefti Wali. I'm a student of Nima University. My question is going directly to the Minister of Commerce. I overheard saying that their ministry is responsible to protect the citizens of Liberia. But then the issue of drugs, the illicit drug entry into Liberia has caused a lot of problems for our youthful citizens. And then what is the mechanism this particular ministry is putting into place to address those issues? Thank you.
Okay. Well, she was talking the market building. She will answer you anyway. So, no, you're not first. My way. Let organize this thing. I think we're going to round. The first person on this list is Kapa. Kapa alone that I don't know how many questions. Kapa, please take the podium.
I got 3 questions.
And please use the time to say what you want to say quick.
Yeah, so the good news from Ima, before I answer the question, when I came up, I forgot to say that one. We did a review or assessment of all the Google teachers in the country. We selected one of your sons. We sent him to the African Union to compete for the best teacher award in Africa. Today, I am happy to inform Nima that their son, Alan Thomas from Tape Memorial, was selected one of the top teachers in Africa at the AU. So don't get the BA back to Alan Thomas teaching at Tape Memorial. He was selected as one of the best teachers in Africa. So good things can come from our villages too. Somebody was talking about access. One of the things the minister did just to encourage all our people to go to school, she said, big countries where the enrollment and people are going to school, they are not plenty. She said, if you go into school for the first time in no country, already no school fee is there. She said, we do not pay registration fee. No registration fee for people who go into school for the first time in countries where enrollment is low, or if you are back from school for 2 years and you want to come back, no school fee, no registration fee for up to 3.5. Government school. In government school, we'll get the time. So in government schools, because we want our children to go to school, so no school fee. Somebody asked about careful. You know, when the NGOs are here, they were providing school fees, but they left 2 countries out, Grand Crew and Samba. Joseph Baba said, when you're hungry, you can't learn, but you can't pay attention. So the government put $1 million in the budget so we get school fee across all the country, that all the countries. So school fee will be here. While our children leave school at 12:01, they will have food to eat. But the Minister of Finance will say at the end of the beginning, they will pay more money so we can provide food for our children to be eating. But when they get all that money, they will come and inform you. So we'll get food for the children. Yeah, to get food for the children. But the government also say that food will be given to the school. Only food produced by Liberians who can use government money to buy. Will not buy no imported food to give to the school. So if you are a farmer, keep making your farm. The agriculture minister was talking about how will be buying the food from you. Those are some of the ways we'll be supporting your farming because we'll buy the food from you so our children can eat. Somebody talk about updated curriculum. You know the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Education for private schools and public schools. We have updated the curriculum and we are even working on it now so that our students can be prepared for the challenges. For one stream and one preparation, we send people across the country for the first time to train our students to get ready to take the last exam. This year, that last tutorial program will start in January. We'll send our people all around the country to train our students to prepare them for what? You know what that is important? For the last 10 years, all the countries that was in the region, in English-speaking country, Liberia were landed. So the president and the minister say it's our time to take our rightful places. So we'll fight to be to the top. So we'll revise the curriculum. The curriculum is revised. We'll enforce the curriculum, both to the public schools and the private schools, to make sure they are teaching relevant, important, and current curriculum. So we'll send people around to make sure those schools are teaching the curriculum that are approved by the Ministry of Education for every subject. Somebody talk about job coming out of high school. That was a relevant question. What we're doing right now, we have 10 technical vocational training centers around the country. The government said enough. Over the next 2-3 years, we're about to build additional 10 technical vocational training schools around the country. So our children, when they graduate, they get somewhere to learn skills and go to school. We're also trying to bring vocational training into our public high schools. So our brothers and sisters graduate, they can find jobs. So we have heard you, and we are working on it. Okay, I think I want to touch on that. And there's ability. True. So, you know, one of the groups that we support, that is School of the Blind. We support the School of the Blind. And the ministry has made it a deliberate policy that every school will be handicap accessible. The school in Ghana is handicap accessible. The school in Banga, the school in Kakata. Every new school, including the 100 elementary school, the schools the government is about to build, it will be handicap accessible. I would also like to inform you that we are recruiting for the school year in Ganta, Baga, and Kakata. One of the best English teachers that interview for the job is a blind man. He did the exam, the interview in Berlin, who also had to read it. One of the best English teachers that showed up for that job interview is blind. And we are going to hire him. We are going to hire him to teach the model schools. So we're doing our best to accommodate all of our people. We'll make it accessible, we'll provide jobs, and we'll make sure everyone is counted, irrespective of their physical condition. In the ministry, we have hired a lot of people with challenges because our responsibility is that it should be accessible and equitable. Education should be accessible and equitable to everybody. And we are working on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so Sister Dagoza is next in line. They talk about protection. I do not think that what you actually meant.
Hello again. When we started, we said to you that we are to protect you and to make sure that the prices are controlled. And the protection I was telling you about is to protect you from what you eat, what you buy and eat. And that's what I said. I even gave you an example on the frozen. I said to you, sometimes you go in the market, you find the meat slippery, you find it in purple, and you find the fish with different colors. So I was telling you that is our responsibility to make sure that you don't buy it, you don't see it. So that even if it is on the market, that we get on the market. So basically that's what I was saying. We have to protect you generally because we have a security. They are responsible. Even at that, when we go to the different businesses, we are escorted by the Liberian National Police and those in authority. Is that okay with you?
There was another question about
the rights, the currency.
Right.
Well, there's a whole committee on this saying no to drugs. I'm also on that committee too. So we are all working with the Ministry of Health, and we are collaborating and coordinating in terms of that. Now, the rice price. the central bank has said to us that the rate is $200 Nigerian dollars to $1. Let us remember also that we have two currencies, dual currency. We have the Nigerian dollars and the US dollars. As compared to other countries, if you want to fit down right now, you find the millions. They don't prioritize US dollars. But other countries, that's what they do. But in Liberia, we have the Nigerian dollars and the US dollars. So the central bank is telling us $200 Nigerian dollars to $1 US. So if you buy the rest at a wholesale price for $14, and bringing in, getting your 50 cents from your profit and your 25 cents for your transportation. When you calculate that, you should be able to calculate back the rate we have here.
But that's not the question she's asking.
What is it she's saying?
This woman insists that we should not be using two currencies here. What do we do? The minister can answer.
The Minister of Finance.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. Before I go to the currency, let me say this. The issue of protection, the drugs, coming in the country, the government is working on this, and we have set up, the President has set up interministerial committee to make sure that it's not, because the drugs issue is either a commerce issue, health issue, education issue, so almost all of us are working together to make sure that we put stop to it. One thing that is clear there is that the President has asked all of us to be a part of the process. You, the parents, you, the community people, you, the young people, when you see something smelling, you got to show it. So don't hide it. When you hide it, it will affect you. So the best thing to do, all of us have to jump inside. Because when one person falls, all other people will follow. Thank you. So the rate.
Before the rate, I have pushed that the Vice President would come. Because I got a concern in this country. I got to say it here. The market in Monrovia have been taken over by drug addicts. I will fight to see Vice President Kuma on this. You go to Omega today, you can't do anything there. We got to work on that as we work, and I agree with you.
Thank you.
We got to work on that.
What we are doing now.
The minister wants to say something. Yeah.
But as Goku has said,
yeah.
The children who are taking the drugs, they are our children. Yeah. All of us who are sitting here, somehow connected to them. So the thing about it here is that we, even though the government is saying, let us do it together, but we as parents and relatives and members of the community, the society, we are also supposed to be in the forefront in pushing it. That's why he said
but we have to work on removing drug users from the market.
We have to go, let's start from our roots first, in the communities. But let me just give you an example. I was at the MIP, the park, the Moravia Industrial Park, over the weekend. Just the beginning of the week. And I went to see one of our facilities. And there's a man that was just right there, this shift right there. And then I asked him, what are you doing here? He said to me, oh, when the previous government, when the last government left, and they asked him to find a place. So at the back, Echo Mall used to be at the back. So we decided to do a tour to see what's happening back there. We met the police.
Free zone.
Free zone, yeah. So the police, not free zone, Moravia Industrial Park. Okay. So we met the police because when Echo Mall left, the Nigerian National Police took over, which is very good for us, but they took up the park. But then, when we went to see the police escorted us in the park to do a tour. We met the man, and you won't believe it. Bunch of young children, and the police officer there told me, he said, Madam, in this shift, you may find drugs. And they were asking, the young people were there yelling. And the police, we told the policeman, the police officer, open the door. And open the door, and you won't believe it. They brought a whole lot of drugs outside. We had to turn it over to the police. So I'm saying this to say to all of us here, our children, let us not look at the other children of here. Our children, our relatives, they are all into him. So there's a collective effort that we all got to do to make sure that we clear the society. So as he said, the president has set up this committee. I'm also a part of the committee. Finance, we all are part of the committee. To making sure that we make it work. And to make it work better and faster, sooner is the community.
We'll talk after here. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. I know the question about the currency, the exchange rate, and other things. When I was speaking first, I talked about, in fact, people who working, they are paid. Most of the money used to be in US dollar. We want to make sure that the amount of US dollar you receive will be reducing it until we all learn to accept our own money. And about the personal one. And as we speak, what is very much important for business people, going forward, we are waiting for that declaration. The Minister of Commerce, the Minister of Finance, the LRA, the Central Bank, four of them supposed to put their signature on the paper that we wrote and give it to them. This time, when you want to go buy things in the store, you go there, they say, this thing is $5 US. We want the store to display the exchange rate that is published by the Central Bank. As we speak today, the Central Bank is saying $1 US is 176 Liberian dollar. So when you go buy, that same rate should be on the board so you can use it. Because many business people are cheating. So when they see you, they get the rate up. They see the person, they get the rate down. You know, like that is not very good. So what we want to do as a country, like we're looking at it, when we are able to control our natural resources, you listen to the Minister of Mines and Energy, if we're having our own goal, we're setting our own dama, we'll not be dependent on other country money. Sooner or later, we're going to go straight to what? The Liberian dollar. But the dedollarization, say, changing the money to your own country money, we'll do it gradually. So we started from 20%, we're going to 30%. After a few years, but hopefully next year, we're going to go 40%. In the end, we're going to be using our own money that we as Liberians will be part of our own money. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about shutting down Government Town Hall. We are very happy that you came here today. And we were very moved by the patience you got. You sat down for hours. You're not complaining. That means you got interest to hear from your government. And this is very interesting today. Thank you, Jerry. A great idea. It's working. Minister Nuta, Big Sister Dakose, the Homo Yan Frumo, our brother from Public Works, Superintendent Gong, was she here? Everyone, we want big, we want, maybe you can't get far, that's a problem. We want the Soko, the Pool, Big Sister Dewi Gong, Minister Kadia today, my man Fopa, Vice President was with us in spirit. Kopokura, Big Brother, Councilor at Law, and Minister of Labor. The truth is that we heard from the Vice President. We heard from him through his able lieutenants. He was not going to say any more, any less. We heard from him. Now what we expect you to do is to foster, continue your contact with these people that you know in government. Okay, so let's hear our Minister Sano to make an announcement. Our old man said, "What the commissioner?" And you say you get food for her. Can't talk it for it before my man talk.
Hello. I want to tell everybody thank you for coming to listen to our leaders. And I want to tell them thank you too. From here, all of the platform care, the government officials will be going to the Superintendent compound. And all of those are here, the chiefs and other participants are here. You all remain seated and give your food to you right here. Thank you all.
And so, like I was saying before we close finally, Minister Sano will talk to you briefly with, what do you call it? Vote of thanks and everything.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you, Chokon. Thank you, Dad. Thanks to all of the journalists, local, including the ones that traveled over from Monrovia. Many thanks to our distinguished platform guests for their time. It has been a very long day, but I'm sure it was rewarding to all of us for the work we do, because it's good to interact with the people, to assess the policy and programs of the government. That's the goal of this program. So we want to say thanks to you for taking up your time with the busy schedule, making yourselves available, the presentation and the responses that you gave to the questions were very unique, very helpful to the effort being made by the Ministry of Information to bridge the communication gap between the people of Liberia and their government. So the government town hall, as a matter of tradition, we normally announce the next destination for the following edition of the government town hall. So, having successfully executed the second edition in Lima County, we, on behalf of the senior management team of the Ministry of Information, want to announce that the third edition of the program will be held in Grand Bassa County. And as sure as this event has been very rewarding to the people of Lima County, the people of Grand Bassa County cannot wait to host the government town hall. Because this is what we do. When you elect the government stays in Monrovia, and you stay in the interior, you don't know what the government is doing, I will not go. So we at the Ministry of Information will say, we organize a program, we go to our people, so they can ask the government question. The government can tell you what it's doing, and you can ask the question. And that's exactly what we have accomplished here today. So we'll be in Bassa. The date will be announced, but that's much I can say for now. So on behalf, if Mr. Pierre doesn't have anything to add, I just want to say on behalf of the senior management team of the Ministry of Information, the government of Liberia, I want to appreciate all of you for coming today. Your presence here was very rewarding. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister Sano.
And ladies and gentlemen, you will get ready for the national anthem to close. Get ready for the national. Please sit down, wait. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen,
the General wants us to announce that service will start with the chiefs. They will be the first to be served, and then the rest of us will follow.
We're talking about the full menu. The chiefs were equal before you. They've been here a long time. Huh? They are old people, the elders, the chiefs. Huh? So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Ministry of Information, the government of Liberia as partner to the government of this LMDR, on behalf of Trofontan, our brother Swai, Samuel, and Minister May, all of us, my name is John Colley of Government Town Hall. Goodbye, the national anthem of Liberia. and have a great time. Who's Liberia well?
So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. For your day.